What it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy Big Vibe Opinion back with another live video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. And most importantly, make sure you sub to the channel. Turn on that post notification bell so that you be notified each and every time that your boy Big Vibe is going live, man. With that being said, let's get into this intro. R.Kelly asked that everyone come together and push the message about this BOP officer and Tasha K sharing his private emails and conversations with government star witnesses. Now, you have people that are out here doing the work, pushing the message. If those people that are pushing the message about this BOP officer is being attacked by so-called R.Kelly supporters, you should think twice before you listen.
And I just really want people to know, I appreciate anybody that's helping me. I appreciate anybody that's helping me. A lot of people have been there for me. I just don't want people going back and forth, being mad at each other because one person did this for me and another person did that for me. That's what the devil wants. He wants to cause confusion. That's what these people want. They want to cause confusion. And confusion ain't going to do nothing but keep me in here. But the real thing here.
Good afternoon. Tomorrow morning, counsel for Mr. R.Kelly is scheduled to appear in court over the indictments that we brought forth nearly 4 years ago, charging him with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse involving 4 victims. I'm here to inform you that the Cook County State's Attorney's Office will no longer be pursuing these indictments.
Derek, what up, bro?
What up, man?
Baby, you are the song of my life.
That number one hit.
And the sweetest melody. This shit take me back to the 80s, man.
Yes, sir.
And I was just born in the 80s, but it got that 80s feel.
Not only that, that's Sade right there, bro. That's a Sade style song.
Uh-huh. Got a studio up. Oh, man. And it's the perfect atmosphere.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is come here and let me make you my number one. Okay. Yeah. What up, chat? What y'all on today, man? Bro, I missed y'all yesterday, but you know we're gonna have a makeup day on Friday. More than likely, just had a family emergency yesterday morning when I got off work, so I ended up missing a whole day of YouTube live. So we're gonna make that day up. But shout out to the chat, man. Make sure y'all hitting that like button as you come in. Share the live, and be alive in the chat, man. Let's communicate. Let's network. What up, bro, man? What's good? What's going on, man? What's the news, man? Anything you done heard? What's the latest?
Oh, man. You tell me. You know what I'm saying? This Big Vibe opinion. I mean, all I know is a couple of motions out there, you know, and we trying to, trying to make these people be fair, which is something that they ain't doing. But
Mhm.
you know, we still gonna stay steadfast on our mission. We know what R.Kelly told us to be talking about. You know, we need to
Mhm.
keep on and keep our minds on that BLP officer because, a lot of the corruption is coming from that area along with other areas. But, we need to concentrate on that because obviously he was told that that's his gateway up out the door.
Most definitely, most definitely. And I was looking back over the motion over the retrial motion that Jennifer submitted. And when it goes over the that lawyer that the star witness in Chicago had hired, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you look at the amount of meetings that they had from November to December, which was around the same time that all the bullshit was coming out that R. Kelly was finding out that his jail phone calls and things were being leaked out, and he was in Chicago federal prison at that time as well. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's like, okay, now why all these grand jury meetings, with the star witness and prosecutors, and not only the star witness and prosecutors. I seen some yesterday. Somebody was saying like, why would they name her Boss Baby? I say, why would they call her Boss Baby? Because they knew how, they wanted to make her feel like, look, if you cooperate, this gonna boss you up. You know what I'm saying? This gonna elevate you, man. Look, the potential to get $13 million. You know what I'm saying? But not only naming the star witness Boss Baby, the fucking prosecutor named herself Pod Piper 312.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what type of bullshit? Like, come on, what a professionalism is. But
It's sick.
hey, it,
You know,
it
and if you scratch one unprofessional thing, you're gonna find another one. And
right.
another and another one.
Man, that shit just continues a downward spiral of bullshit.
And we gonna keep on seeing fuck shit because this case been fucked up from the beginning. And the problem with that I have with all of this stuff coming out is that mainstream media never puts it out.
They won't pick it up. I mean, they won't. Even, I mean, they barely want to talk about the cases, like the cases being dropped in Chicago. But like we was talking about last week, like people are downplaying it. Like, okay, yeah, the case is dropped. People don't understand how critical that shit was. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's important. Like, when you look at it, even in that case, you got one of the same alleged females that they used in New York that they convicted the man for, but they in Chicago they dropped the case. But the case came from Chicago. So Chicago, the case was created from Chicago. How the hell did it make it to New York and he get found guilty on it just for Chicago to drop it?
Mm-hmm. Right. That don't make no sense. So if Chicago don't want to pursue it, then what the hell?
What's up, Darlene? What's up? What's up, everybody in the chat? Yeah, like a lot of this shit, like when you think about it, like none of this shit, like it don't it's like a jigsaw puzzle or some shit, like with missing pieces, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it don't make sense from one point to the next point. But you know, that's the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. Right. And the thing about it is, people don't understand. You done popped this rabbit hole. You done opened up Pandora's box. You did all this. You done spit in the wind. Everything. Walked up under the doggone ladder. The people that did everything did the most, and it comes back as you can see.
Mm.
Everybody can get that karma.
Even the settlements even the settlements that the man lost, they was non-contested. So they default judgment, which means he can come back and fight those judgments. But the simple fact that, damn man, you don't even got nobody to represent you in a civil case, like on a civil suit. So they knowing you can't come, you can't show up you can't just show up to fight it. Your representation not doing shit, and they just keeping the trial going on, and then just saying, "Hey, you just lose because you didn't show up."
Mm-hmm. Some straight up BS, man.
What's up, Uncle Ray? Man, Uncle Ray, man, Uncle Ray, I try to get you on the panel if you can. Shoot me an email, Uncle Ray. I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we heard from you. We'd like to hear what you got to say. I can put my email in the chat box, and then you can shoot me an email. I can send you the link. We ain't
Uh,
seen Uncle Ray since Black CEO, man.
yeah, it's been a minute.
But the nature of the tides is turning. When it comes to when it comes to the amount of evidence that's being presented to the world, people was afraid of council culture at one point. Now it's like people like they pushing back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Michael Irvin show pushed back hard.
Yeah, I gotta hop. I most definitely gotta hop on that and dig into that and see what's going on with that because I heard it was just like some setup stuff, but then they took the man off the that's a paycheck. They took him off the coverage for the Super Bowl. Like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so crazy how allegations, right? Just you already the presumption of innocence those doesn't even exist hardly in this no more. I mean, I guess I'm gonna just say what it is. I mean, the presumption of innocence doesn't exist when it comes to our color people. You know, we sat here and watch the NFL guy that literally beat this woman on video in front of the kid, and when the woman he realized the woman was still breathing, he gonna say, "I thought you were dead." We never heard nothing else about that shit.
Right. I remember that.
14. You know what I'm saying? We don't hear nothing about that.
And they kill me, with the little slogans, no women, black women don't have a voice, and nobody cares about black women. And I'm like, well, damn, just a year ago or 2 years prior to all of this shit starting with R.Kelly, the whole world was in outrage trying to figure out what happened to Kanika Jenkins in a hotel in Chicago. So how don't nobody care about black women? You know what I mean? How we don't care? When everybody was in the outrage trying to figure out what happened to this young lady. Black women have had a voice. You know, if y'all hear anything in the background, I'm getting my beard lights together. Hey, can you hear me, man?
Cut that shit off. If you don't listen to R.Kelly no more, sorry, nigga. I'ma say it. Fuck it. We gonna get straight to it. I'ma say it because it need to be said. Free R.Kelly, nigga. Free that nigga. And I'ma tell you why I say that.
among our major arguments have been the fact that there were multiple prosecution witnesses who gave inconsistent statements that kept changing, and that some of these clearly had no case against the R&B king, but were nevertheless brought to trial. Their purpose was to further depict R.Kelly as the predator that was alleged to be. Another major concern was that R.Kelly's trial was completely prejudicial, and the judgment was made along assumptions that R.Kelly was a bad person, with no substantial evidence to prove a case against him. In this particular case, the Supreme Court jurors are completely unhappy to note that a judgment was made along similar prejudicial lines, making us confident that the Supreme Court will find it easy to rule out the current judgment. Once this has been overturned, R.Kelly will surely be a free man again. Take a look.
The rationale for introducing the testimony of the three uncharged victims.
The testimony of Young, Dunning, and Wolf, as Justice Burke found, was directly probative of defendant's state of mind.
Why wasn't that accomplished with the three women who were complainants? I mean, that for me is the problem. You already have three women who give you three different types of stories of the horrors they allege they experienced with him. I think you've covered that. So to pile on with three uncharged complainants, three uncharged victims, is leaning really close to that propensity line.
It was relevant to defendant's intent. As Your Honor pointed out, intent was hotly contested below.
I don't understand how that wasn't established through Mann.
Because
he had a 5-year relationship with him after the assault.
Because Mann's allegations were not so unambiguous that there would have been no doubt in a juror's mind that defendant intended the forcible element of the first-degree rape. Again, when Justice Burke...
You're saying that you wanted to prove what he did with Mann by introducing the testimony of those other three women.
No, certainly not. Mann's allegations would have established, if believed, would have established the elements of the offense.
Where the women were of the uncharged crimes were not the victims for which were being prosecuted, though. Where was the balancing that's supposed to go on in Molyneux? This was incredibly prejudicial testimony, no?
Well, no, respectfully, Your Honor, it wasn't prejudicial for two reasons. One, the court gave extensive limiting instructions. 3 times the court explained to the jury...
The fact that there's instructions doesn't mean it's not prejudicial.
But here we know it wasn't.
I'm charged with 3 rapes. And here come 3 other women who claim I did the same thing to them, but I'm not being charged with that. That's prejudicial.
Well, it's not prejudicial.
So the question is, does that prejudice, is that outweighed by some probative value that supersedes that?
Respectfully, Your Honor, it wasn't prejudicial here, and we know that.
Opposing counsel referred to the Molyneux rulings in this case as unprecedented. What cases do you rely on under New York law that actually constitute precedent for the court's rulings in this case on the Molyneux issues?
Well, parsing the Molyneux evidence, no one would quibble with the admissibility of the uncharged offenses as to Mann. Ample case law, which we...
I'm talking about the other 3 women.
Right. As to Young, Dunning, and Wolf, again, I think Vargas is a perfect illustration of precisely why we were permitted to put forth the evidence here. It's well understood that Molyneux evidence can shed light on a defendant's state of mind and intent.
So you're really arguing that this was not overkill? I mean, there were certain items in the Sandoval that I thought, okay, that's fair game. If you, after being fired, ask an employee at the company to take computers and delete stuff, that's fair game. But some of this other stuff, let's inflame the jury's heart by telling them that he beat up his brother during a meeting. I don't see how there is a balance there on that.
Well, threatening behavior, again, goes directly to demonstrating his ability to put his own self-interest at the expense of others, and that goes to the heart of honesty and integrity. The fact that there were many of these acts only indicated how defendant chose to live his life.
Yes, and counsel, you know what? There are trials every day where we have defendants who have a rap sheet a mile long. A mile long. They'll have 20 felony convictions on their rap sheet. And I see no judge say, go ahead, go to town on all of them, because they don't let you go into the facts. They usually just let 1 or 2 in. I mean, there is a balance.
But looking at what was let in relation to its impact on whether the jury could otherwise decide the case, not based on the fact that this is just a horrible person. That's really the balance, not what was let out.
That's correct, and perhaps if this involved a case that had 100 or 150 allegations, it would present a different scenario.
30 non-convicted, and they're not convictions, not one of them, acts. That's balance?
Well, as you point out, the fact that they're not convictions, that they're just bad acts, if anything, makes them less prejudicial. But the fact that there were so many is only indicative of how defendants... When I woke up in the
Oh yeah, man. What up, Derek? You still there?
Oh, I'm still in the building, baby. I ain't got
Okay,
no way.
okay. Man, I don't know what everybody else said, man. The fellas be late getting up in this thing though. We gonna keep it rocking though.
Here, I'm over here doing some beard care right now. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. I gotta get to all that tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'm in the midst of, you gotta, fellas, take care of your beards, man. Ladies love it. I don't care how gray it is, whatever. Keep it
Yeah.
together.
Give me some more shit to
Yeah.
right now.
Keep it together. They love it.
I didn't know who I was talking to. It was hard to trust people. People take my words, they twist them, and all I'm trying to do is get out the truth.
Yes.
And that's the only reason I continue talking is because even though I'm in the dark and don't know who I'm talking to, my strength comes from because I'm telling the truth. So I was going to say, man, you mean to tell me a BOP disciplinary hearing officer is going to just wake up one day and say, let me just take a chance on my career, losing my career and going to jail, and just access all of my private phone calls?
It doesn't make sense, because personally I wouldn't risk my career like that.
That's my point. Let me just take a chance and just access R.Kelly's records, private records between him and his girlfriend and his attorney 153 times. So let me do it 153 times. Let me scan that to my own personal Gmail, and then let me send that to a blogger, Tasha K, who happens to know my girlfriend Joycelyn father really good, who happens to know the parents of the government witness in my case. These are not coincidences, man. This is a plan. What plan it is, people have to figure that out for themselves. But it's a plan. Those are too many coincidences. And who's gonna do that? And besides, I'm already going through enough. So I wrote this thing down because I don't want to be scrambling on this phone for my little 15 minutes.
I got you.
And I know my own handwriting, so when people hear me say I wrote this down, I don't want nobody to go, oh, I thought he couldn't write. Well, I can't spell, but I can write. So this is my own handwriting. I said, I'm already going through enough. And the last thing I need is a BOP officer and a blogger illegally stealing and sharing my private phone calls and emails. Between me and my relationship, who just happened to be the government's star witness in my case. They have to stop acting like this didn't happen, or like it's not a big deal, because it's a really big deal. So big that I believe it tainted my case in a lot of ways, which also I believe was the plan, at least when it comes to this BOP officer and Tasha K. Because ask yourself, what other reason would a BOP officer, a disciplinary hearing officer who's like a judge in the prisons, why would they illegally access all of my emails and phone calls? Why? What is the reason to do that? And send that to her own personal Gmail account. that information to a very influential blogger, Tasha K. Why would Tasha K need to share all of that with government witnesses in my case? Why were they both allowed to get away with it? This happened 4 years ago. This happened around the same time my girl was flipping on me and lying on me. It's been 4 years now, and I, nor my attorneys, even know who this lady is, this BOP officer. Don't know her name. I don't know if she's white, black, I don't know what. We haven't been told anything. How does she know Tasha K? How did they meet on this planet? How did a disciplinary hearing officer and a blogger meet?
Grown right here in the Lone Star State. To bring the freshest of Texas.
Yeah, people will say R.Kelly's just fishing. He's just trying to figure something out to get out of jail. You're damn right, because I'm not supposed to be in here. You don't have to fish, though, with this situation, because there's a search warrant, an affidavit that backs up everything I'm saying. People are just ignoring it. But it exists. It's in the public. It's in the system. It's in black and white that this BOP officer in Tasha K did this. And although the investigation is not fully disclosed, it should be. It was executed by a federal agent. Not R.Kelly, not my attorneys, but by a federal agent. It was signed off by a federal judge who would never sign off on a search warrant unless there was enough probable cause to do so. I don't have to lie on anybody.
This call is from a federal prison.
And I definitely wouldn't be in the BOP, being held by the BOP, detained by the BOP, and on this damn phone lying on the BOP. Besides, it's not that I'm coming against the BOP. I'm coming against this BOP officer. And besides, if I was lying, this phone call would have been disconnected. Okay? It would have been cut off on me. But because I'm telling the truth, it's not. I know I had a very good chance of beating my case. But that chance was stolen from me when this BOP officer decided to illegally steal all my information and share it with government witnesses through Tasha K. And this is according to the OIJ. There was an investigation done, a search warrant done back in 2019, back in 2020, before I even went to court, which means I really shouldn't even went to trial until this investigation was fully investigated. Because now I'm found guilty, and here I am, looking at all of this information that could have helped me in my case. It could have stopped people from being on the stand that were scorned or mad at me because they saw some illegal contraband shown to them by Tasha K. From this BOP officer stealing it. If I'm not making sense, just leave my ass in here. But I know I'm making sense. And all I want is the full disclosure. I want full disclosure on this investigation. I want to know this lady who stole my information and gave it to Tasha K. I want to know why she did it. I want to know how she met Tasha K. I want to know why they did this to me. I want to know who else is involved. Why? Because you damn right I want to go home, bro. I want to get my life back. Because nobody deserves this. I don't care if you had a traffic ticket. I don't care what kind of case you have. You have the right to prove your innocence.
What is
Welcome to Big Val Opinion. Moderators, with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Val Opinion Platform.
Yeah. So I understand, man. This is what it's about. Is showing people a different side of chaos. This is just part one. We're gonna watch a different part every day because with me recording it the way that I do, it can only be the videos can only be a certain size. And in one of these parts, you're gonna hear him talk about uh the 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 direction of the Love Letter album, and he wanted to go away from, he gave all his different names: the Weatherman, Pod Piper, R. Kelly, and he wanted to make the Love Letter more about Robert. And listening to him speak that way, listening to him say that right there to me was something that stood out to me when I hear him doing this. And I wish he would have done things like this probably with like a lot of his albums, just gave you a little short film about like the making of it, like where it comes from, the origins of it, to help people better understand him. Because for the longest, people always say like he wasn't like, he was good at his craft, but he didn't do a lot of interviews. He didn't socialize with a lot of people. This, the narrative that they put around this man's name as an artist. But I like this little documentary that he did with the Love Letter. And to hear him saying that he wanted to introduce the world to Robert, that right there made me think about some things when we talk about the label. Because who did the label make? The label made R.Kelly. So for him to say, I want to go away, I want to get people, I don't want people to think about R. Kelly. I don't want people to think about the Pied Piper. I don't want people thinking about the Weatherman. I want people to think of Robert when they hear this Love Letter album. And he talked about let's see if it pick back up. Just a second, y'all. The biggest thing is that I just like to hear I like hearing him say about introducing the world to Robert. You know, people have heard R. Kelly, people have heard the Pied Piper, people have heard. I heard a new. I never known he called himself the Weatherman. That was a different one that I heard. What he said on the little documentary about him, calling himself the Weatherman. But when I heard, I was like, the Weatherman, that's a new one. But when he said he wanted, to make the love letter more about Robert, even had a duet. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he said it was his first duet with him and K. Michelle. And that was dope. And he and like even the song with K. Michelle on this little documentary that he got, the love letter. He showed him in the studio working with K. Michelle and everything. Like, man, the dude, like, I watched this documentary yesterday. It was so dope to me because they show him he playing every instrument in the goddamn studio, from the piano to the beat machine to the uh the 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 band instruments, everything. Like, the dude was doing it all. I'm like, damn, like I'm like other people say, like, how the hell did this man have time to do all of this shit? And like, for people to say, like, a lot of people about him having a lot of people in the studio with him when he record while he was recording. Like, I seen in the studio, I was looking at the Love Letter album, and it showed. I was looking at the Love Letter documentary, and it showed a lot of him in the studio. I didn't see a lot of people in the studio when he was recording. I'm looking in the background of the studio as they filming it. I'm looking. I didn't see a lot of people in the studio, but one thing that did stick out to me is when he was recording with K. Michelle. Like, the way that she was dressed and things like that. Like, she wasn't dressed with uh like her clothes wasn't revealing and things like that. And like, to hear some of the stories about these alleged accusers, victims, whatever they want to call themselves, when they talk about like how they used to come around like dressed with deceiving clothes on, exposing themselves, different things like that. Like, it to me, I just pay attention to a lot of that shit like that. Like, I look at a lot of the details that people don't talk about. So, what up, bro, Jeff?
Yo, Big Vi, what's going on, bro? How you feeling this evening?
Man, trying to be great. I'm trying to be great.
I could dig it. I could dig it, man. I see you got provoked thoughts up there. How you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm here. I'm just doing some things right now, but I'm in the building. How you feeling, baby?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm good. Good to see you, man. I'm probably take with you brothers. Hey, y'all doing well. Everybody in the chat, peace and blessings. Man, yeah, I've been tuning in simultaneously, working on some different things as well. Like you say, man, I'm in creative mode, so I just wanted to make sure I tap in throughout the course of the live and say what's up.
Most definitely, man. I got that new. I got a clip from the new video as well, queued up, ready to go. The new video dropped by our brother Jeff, and you already know. I seen the video came on. I said, okay. Then I seen the actual video come on. Say, oh man, he got on the Pittsburgh Pirates. I said, yeah, this shit finna be lit. That's my favorite cap. Goddamn, man. Look here, man. That Pittsburgh
Hey,
Pirates.
man.
Ain't nothing more pushing than the P, man.
Ain't nothing like that P, man. Shout out to
Ain't nothing like
Pittsburgh.
that P, man. Well, like you ain't from there. No, I ain't from there. But this shit just, I don't know, man. This hat it got me all over it, man. This just me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, yeah, I love that P hat, man. But yeah, I appreciate it, bro. You know, and you know, like you say, it's just something about, you know what I'm saying, the P, man. When the players meet, that's what I like to get it. You know, that P represent player, man. That's what I thought when I think about Kels and his music or what it represent, and not necessarily mean like the player mean playing women. I'm just being a player about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Just the way Kels present his music and, you know, other artists alike. It's just relaxed, cool. It's like we in the player section. You know what I'm saying? Everything chillaxed. You know what I'm saying?
I agree 100%, man. You know, player. You know, we have. And that's what I like about these conversations that we have, because you know, a lot of things when it come to men, you know, we have it rough, man, when it comes to stereotype. You know what I'm saying? Or when it comes to certain things, like you say player, you got a lot of women. It ain't all being player ain't always about women. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always about a woman when you being a player about a situation. Sometimes you take it to the chin. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't let another nigga trick you off the street.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Being a player, you can be a person that think. Just because you got the ability to think can make you player. You know, but it's almost like, you know, when the world hear player, it's like the R.Kelly syndrome, right?
Right. You know, that like you said, that go that stereotype.
Yeah, man. So, I know in part 2 of his little documentary, man, he talked about like I was just explaining it, and people have to go and look it up on YouTube. And he talked about like when he was creating this Love Letter album, he said he didn't want it to sound like R. Kelly. He didn't want it to sound like the Pied Piper or the Weatherman. He gave about 4 different names that he called this 4 different styles. And he said these names are different styles. And he said he wanted the Love Letter to feel more like Robert. He said he tapped into that Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, you know what I'm saying, type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? His mama, like the shit when him growing up, listening to the music his mama used to listen to. So he wanted to have that 70s. He said he went back to I think he said 50s and 60s type vibe. Like, and when you listen at that Love Letter album, that's what you get. Like, see, some of these songs, you think you watching Grease or something. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude he say music is a time machine, and when you talking about Kels, I really believe that music is a time machine. This dude can tap into so many generations.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's such a multifaceted artist. You know, just like with you know, his music teacher from high school, Miss McGuinn, was you know, teaching him to sing opera even back in high school, and different genres of music. You know, we all know that he could get on there and he could do a little hip hop. Like you said, doing doo wop and like that album is one of the albums that truly shows his range as an artist. I mean, just look at the other artists that he's written and composed music for, from Celine Dion, you know, going all the way left field with it. You know what I'm saying? You Are My Angel for that, you know, record, to B2K, to Destiny Child, you know what I'm saying? So he has written and composed music and is able to tap into different genres, you know what I'm saying, and make hit records. Not only just do it, but do it exceptionally well. So that is to be saluted. Yeah, y'all there, man?
Yeah, I'm still here with you. I'm uploading something right quick from another device, but I'm still here.
Oh yeah, man. While you doing that, I continue with my thought on that because man, it's early. I seen a live earlier, man. That it spoke volumes to what we are as a society as it relates to this kill situation. Like, you know, and I hate to bring it up, but like the young lady that's going around saying that she's the daughter and all this there, you know what I'm saying? There was a live that was, I'm talking about, it had to have about 4,000 people in the chat just listening to lies, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know, people would rather sit up here and listen at that opposed to Kale's talking about the situation with the BOP officer, you know, and how his rights were violated. Y'all rather listen to somebody and be entertained by someone telling you a lie. Like a wise man told me back in the day, you know, as it relates to our people, you can sell a lie all day, but the truth, you can't give it away. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we doing this, you know, and it seems like we regurgitating the same information, but this is what's needed because we are giving everyone talking points. So when you encounter people that want to say, oh, he guilty or this, that, and the third, or, you know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, even if you think that's the case, that's still, now I disagree, but that still doesn't negate the fact that his rights as an American citizen were violated. You cannot break the law to prove that someone else broke the law. So you should even be more outraged at the fact that this man was overcharged. You know what I'm saying? As it relates to RICO and racketeering charges, because if they can get away with it in this particular situation, you know, that just makes it more easier for them to do someone you love like that. You know what I'm saying?
I looked at that shit. What me and Derek was talking about earlier, and we talk about an instance of them dropping this case in Chicago and how people like we as people, we have to shed more light on them dropping this case and really put it in its perspective what this case meant. Look at one of the accusers that's in the case that they dropped. So the case that they dropped was the case that this was the original case now. There was no case before this. This was the original case that was brought forward. They took one of the victims from this case and moved her to New York and found him guilty in New York of this alleged accuser. But then you come back to Chicago and you drop the case. Like, how do you fucking do that?
Exactly.
So you can say a crime happened to the fact that he was charged in New York for it, but then you bring it back to Chicago and you drop it.
That's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because this whole thing, even bringing this back was predicated on the fact that he, you know, on the notion that he bought or cheated in the first case.
Right, via Michael Avenatti, who was running that campaign, saying that R.Kelly obstructed justice in this first trial, and he's going to prove it. But the whole thing, he's not telling people that he have political admirations to run for president of the United States. So at the same time, what we as our people, we are so in search of a fucking savior. But when did those people ever care about us?
Exactly.
When did those people ever care about us? When was these laws ever created to benefit us? But then we so thirsty for someone to come save us that's only coming to take us out of one hellhole to bring us to another hellhole. Oh, right. You enjoy the travel, right? Right. Enjoy your travel until you get to your next hellhole.
I mean, when have we ever had, like you said, when has the law ever been for us? But we want to pick and choose and cherry pick what we want to be like, oh, that's what they said. The court said. I mean, how many people are falsely convicted. And when you
Man,
see
they
that
getting out every day they
every
getting
day,
out every day by the dozens.
and when you see that there's corruption, and when you see it, it's obvious, as clear as day. When you have prosecutors that are meeting with witnesses off the record after hours,
After
giving them
hours.
giving them nicknames and
Do
promising them,
you don't
you know,
leave out the fact you nickname her boss baby. How is she a boss and y'all gotta give her Section 8? But not only do you nickname her boss baby, but you nickname you hide your email under the name of Pod Piper 312. Now, why is a prosecutor? Now you going after a defendant that call him that you going after a defendant that's known as the Pod Piper. But you go and make up an email that you say the Homeland Security advised you to do this. And you call the email Pod Piper 312.
Well, they do
That's
that.
communicating with Boss Baby. Make this shit make sense.
Make that make sense. And one thing we cannot do is co-sign that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if let's just say the claims are what they are, and he whatever, it's still a miscarriage of justice because the charges do not fit the allegations
whatsoever.
You know, if you if you got them dead to the right, like you said, why do you have to go through all these different lengths of corruption to secure a conviction? That lets you know that it's some BS in the game.
I think Jennifer exposed the biggest motive.
Absolutely.
Restitution.
Yeah. That's a motive to you stand to get $13 to $20 million. Yeah, somebody will change they mind quick.
And not only you subject to get $13 million in restitution, they promising you that the person that they going after would never see the light of day again. So you ain't even gotta face this motherfucker no more. Michael Avenatti ran with that. Kim Fox came out and said that when she dropped the charges. He's already been convicted of 30 years in New York, this, that, and third. The way it's looking, he next sentencing, he may never see outside of prison again. So you promising these people that they can come after this man, go after the money, and then at the same time you never had to deal with him. But they forgot you have a right. Jennifer had a right to be able to go ask her about this fucking restitution that she denied adamantly. That she was undecided on whether she was going to seek restitution or not.
Wow. And see that, that was uncovered, under oath. You know what I'm saying? Lie under oath, plain as day. It's in black and white. These are things that are being pointed out that's in paperwork that have digital footprints that can be researched and you can stand on. You know what I'm saying? This is not no hearsay. We don't know what happened behind closed doors, but what we do know is what happened in the court of law. And all we can do is stand on law. If you perjure yourself, there's supposed to be repercussions. Things are supposed to be thrown out. There were certain things that were that should have been into the evidence that the defense didn't have the opportunity because the judge denied it. That would have challenged these claims. Like, why wouldn't the judge allow an examiner to examine these so-called tapes?
Right. Even after admitting that the tapes was altered and none of them was original.
Absolutely.
Then you allow a Homeland Security investigator to take clips from each tape and put together a slideshow, and he never said what he never verified where he got anything. You never got anything. You never said where you got any of this, what tapes you took clips from or nothing. So it's like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Like, how do people? You could dislike this man. No one say you have to like R. Kelly. No one say you have to like me or anybody. But when you see an injustice going on, where this man can't even defend himself because of the court is not allowing him to properly defend himself, then you should have a problem with it. Like, how do you take a person that was a witness in 2008 who got caught perjuring herself and kicked off the fucking stand? How do you bring her back inside another courtroom in 2023? 2022. How do you bring her inside another courtroom to testify against the same man she got caught lying on the first time?
Immunity.
Then how did she get away with it a second time?
Yep. And the amount of immunity deals that were being handed out is unprecedented. You know, just to make this stick, they had to give, I believe, 50 people immunity? That's insane. That's unheard of.
Man, more than that, man. They was passing that shit out like hotcake. Dana J,
What's going on, bro?
you ain't in the chat, is?
Huh?
That's you in the chat?
Of course.
Oh, I be having to make sure, man.
Yeah, because the dude DS was saying something, so I was like, yo, let's hit the link. But
Yeah, he I seen something came up. They talked about them Baltimore accusers. I watched the video. I just can't remember where I saw it at, though. They talked about them and talking about they had body language experts and they exposed that the girl was lying, and they said the age limit, the ages of what the concert, with their age, what they were at when they came out and said they were abused or whatever underage. In 1996, they would have been 18 years old.
well, I was the first one to jump on that, and because
Right.
of my personal ties with one of them. On the other one, I don't even know. I never seen that one. But
Yeah.
but as I said, people run with stuff and they regurgitate stuff because they don't look at everything in a whole. What they do is they do what the feds do, and they take like one little piece and they run with it. So I heard y'all talking about, them handing out immunity deals. Well, to be exact, they handed out immunity into over 260 people.
The more that didn't even come, they gave immunity to people. They gave immunity to people to not come testify.
That's facts, but that's why they are that's why they are called corroborated witnesses, and because you won't see them in no paperwork. But Bonjean have a list that the feds have to give over to her, and it have to be kept quiet. It only can be relayed between her and her client. And this list is called the witness list. Everybody who didn't show up is on that witness list. Everybody that testified against Rob is on that witness list. That's why I told people, go watch what the Fed said in the beginning when they said, but they have over 200 people that corroborated. Okay. So why you only bring 50 people in New York and you bring 12 people in Chicago? So then I came out and told people, watch people's actions of who was vocal at first and then they disappear now.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to watch and the people who's vocal now, but they're only vocal when it's beneficiary to them. So there's a lot of stuff you got to look at, man. and his whole situation. And Jeff, that song was hot the other day, bro.
Oh, gratitude, bro. Appreciate it.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
man.
front. I was gonna call you the other day, like, yo, I need that for an intro, bro.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Man, whatever. It's, I appreciate it.
But a lot of stuff that Jeff said in the beginning is starting to play out now, because you have people that talk about distractions, right? All right, it's easy to call something a distraction when it don't go your way, but when you blatantly put a distraction out there and it takes away from what you are really here for, then isn't that a distraction?
Indeed.
So but that's why I say, like, certain things, even I had to go back and check, because certain things I fell into, it was a distraction. But this whole Rob and BOP case is far from over. It's far from over, and I think the BOP should. I mean, I know the BOP can't. I know they can't hold themselves accountable. So why can't an outside source come in and hold an investigation? But the question is, what agency and will come in and hold an investigation against the BOP when a BOP hold the keys into all the agencies out there?
Good question.
I tell you, man, you're gonna have to get into it. I'm telling you, man, people been asleep, man, but that dude, this goddamn Isaac Wright Jr. case, it has so many parallels to what's going on with R.Kelly as far as on the corruption tip. I mean, from the judges to the prosecutors to the district attorneys, everybody. And this guy was able to, some of the same shit that they doing to Kels, they did to this man. Had his private his he was his own lawyer, but he had the one guy that was helping him on the outside that would come visit him, and they was recording their visits. And every time he would tell the dude to go and find witnesses, the fucking police would go and find the witnesses before the guy could track them down, and then send the witnesses out of town, so they wouldn't show up in court.
That's their job. That's their job.
He ended up he eventually found out how they was. He eventually caught on to how they was studying getting his witnesses. He realized that they was recording them, and he stopped talking on the phone and different things like that. So when the guy would come visit, he would just slide him a piece of paper, but that's just how the show went. But he talked about it in the book, how he was able to, get them off of every time he would bring witnesses in, them going to find the witnesses and then sending them out of town. So that's why I be telling people, man, we got to go and check that out. He's also a lawyer in New York. In New Jersey, I think he practiced in New Jersey, but he tried to run for mayor in New Jersey as well. I think he tried to run for mayor as well, but he still practiced law and everything.
Is this that 50 Cent movie or TV show?
Yeah, it's the TV show 50 Cent had on there, Isaac Wright Jr.
Yeah, they took that off because they said it went against the practices of the viewership.
He was exposing too much corruption. He was exposing too much of the shit that go on in the courtroom. But when you read his book, when you look at his documentary, and when it all was said and done, but the dude was so cold, he was taking other inmates' cases that was in the jail, working their cases, getting their shit overturned, but he was creating new case law that benefited his case.
Yep.
So when he went to go fight his case, he had all new case law to fight with. And then once he got himself exonerated, the fucking judge ended up going to jail for corruption. The prosecutor ended up going to jail for corruption. And the district attorney went on the run and to Las Vegas, and he locked himself up in a hotel room and killed himself because he didn't want to go to jail.
Yeah, well, send me that information on that because I used
Okay.
to watch the TV show.
Yeah.
But Jeff, hey Jeff,
Yeah.
yeah, have you seen what happens today?
Nah, what happened?
With the Ohio State players, but I got locked up for a rape on a white girl.
Nah, I missed that.
All right, well, that case was won today, right? And the judge told them that he's sorry for them being locked up for the 4 years and for them missing out on making it to the NFL. However, it's nothing the state can do, and they just want to say sorry, and they can have a good day.
Wow.
So, are they gonna? I mean, what they gonna do for them? They gonna release them and?
But they can't get nothing.
Wow. Man, that's crazy. Well, hopefully,
I was reading some shit. Governor, I don't know what state. I don't know if you heard the governor asked the workers to go home and listen to a Tupac album
and got fired.
The next day he came to work, they fired him.
Here's the question: why would they fire him for that?
For that, they were like, what the fuck? I'm like, man, what is the world coming to, bro?
Man.
But I'm telling you, on this love letter little thing, it was my first time seeing it. But when I heard R.Kelly talking about, when he was saying about the different, he said, I don't want people, when I made this album, I didn't want people to think of R.Kelly. I didn't want to sound like R.Kelly. I didn't want to sound like the Pied Piper. I didn't want to sound like the Weatherman. He said, I wanted to introduce the world to Robert. I was like, that shit stood out to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because now he's telling you everything I've been saying from day one. That Robert is different from R. Kelly. Robert is different from the Pied Piper. Robert is different from Kales.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, now because this, I mean, I just always look at shit like maybe this could be more motive for the record label to pursue or try to come because he's telling them, look, I'm going in a different direction. That R. Kelly y'all gave y'all that, but that shit is over with now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that type of shit no more. So I'm free of my contracts. I'm gonna go and do what I want to do as far as my music go. And I'm listening to this shit. I be deep until when he talk, listening, trying understanding because he talk with a purpose. But people sit up, oh, he illiterate, all that bullshit. Nah, the dude's smart as hell. Like you say, I can't spell, but shit, I can write. I understand I know what I'm trying to say. And I was watching him in the studio. Man, the dude, he on every fucking instrument in that month. I'm looking at him. He was making the song. He was playing the drum. He was playing the piano. He was doing the vocals. He was the little thing that you say he sang in, the little recorded thing. I'm looking like I'm like everybody else now because I used to hear J-Rock say, man, how the hell he had time to do all? I'm literally looking at him in the studio doing all of this shit.
Robert Cole, man.
He was doing every single aspect of the song. His hands is on it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, a one-stop shop, man.
And see, the way he record, that's the first time I ever heard somebody recording layers. And that's why I'd be like, oh, Robert's stuff is that much better because it's in layers. Mm-hmm. Once you record in layers, it is what it is, bro.
Man, the dude was raw. I seen the dude on that motherfucker tapping on that beat maker machine like he was what's the dude, Zaytoven or somebody, man. I'm like, God damn, man. I said, this dude really in this motherfucker doing everything.
Yeah, he don't get enough credit for his production and engineering skills. As far as constructing beats and producing. He's up there with the greats as far as making music from scratch. Live instrumentation and all of that.
And I seen him. He's like, and it's so crazy, watching this shit. And he talk about the different artists over the time that he construct his music after, like Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder. And I'm looking at dude on the piano playing the piano. He rocking like he fucking Stevie Wonder, bro. I'm sitting in this. I was tripped out last night, man, watching this shit. I was like, man, what the fuck? But it helps you understand when he say he made this song and he was inspired by Stevie Wonder. You hear the song and you can hear Stevie Wonder in the song. You can hear Michael Jackson in the songs that he made. So he say he had made another song for Michael Jackson that's on the Love Letter album, but Mike passed away. But he just, so he put the song on the album. But all these artists that he talk about, when he talk about the inspired song, you can hear those artists in the song. And I'm not sure, like, to hear that, hearing the ballad that he made with K. Michelle, that shit so far, bro.
Man. Yeah, you can hear like even songs that he did for himself. Like I always thought, like the original "I Can't Sleep," I thought that Tony Braxton would have been perfect to sing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the melodies on that, you could tell, like more and more that he wrote for Joe. If you hear his version, I actually enjoyed hearing R. Kelly's version of more than Joe, and I love Joe's version.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it that I Look to You too. The one he wrote for Whitney. When I hear him singing that in the studio, like I don't even go listen to the Whitney version, man. I go to, when I want to hear that song, I go to YouTube and listen to him singing that shit in the studio. And it ain't even mixed or mastered or none of that. But even I listen to him singing at her funeral, man. It's just when you can hear it. You can hear it from the heart. You know what I'm saying? And when he do music for people, he really embody those people when he write music for them. And it's a testament when we hear somebody like Michael Jackson say, I don't want to change nothing about this song. I want to keep it just like it is. And then have you come in singing background vocals over your voice. You know what I'm saying?
Man, like you said, when you got Mike telling you, hey, I don't want to change nothing. Let's go with what you did 100%. Man, that speaks volumes to that man's talent.
Yeah, man. So I know we got you on here, so we're gonna introduce people to the new track, man. And I got about a minute and 30 seconds of the new video. And I'm gonna play it, but man, I want you to introduce people to it and let them know what you got coming and what to be on the lookout for, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate it, Big Val. This is a song. This is a new video that I dropped on Valentine's Day yesterday. It's called Shambles off my current album that's available on all major music streaming sites. It's called the album is called No Pressure. This is one of the singles off of it called Shambles. It's about, relationships and, you go through different miscommunications with your significant other. And then y'all finally find that quiet time to smooth everything out. And I thought it was just a good thing to drop on Valentine's Day. We need more love, you know what I'm saying, in the universe. So it's basically a song about that. So, that's it. But on the lookout, I'm currently working on a new project, and I'm gonna have I'm looking maybe to drop the new album later in the year, maybe about November. But I definitely keep Big Vi in tune with what I'm doing, so we'll bring it to the people, and I appreciate that.
Most definitely, man. So with no further ado, man, we're gonna introduce y'all to the new video, man, and make sure y'all go over to Good Music. Is that what it's called?
Moon Music Group.
Moon Music Group YouTube channel. And just type the video in, man. I like I say, man, it's a hit. I like the song. I'm digging it and I'm rocking it. And guess what? I'm promoting it too. So here y'all go. Let's check it out. Everybody in the chat, man, we on the scale, man. We got 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Well, let's rate the song from 1 to 10. Let's let our brother Jeff know if we messing with it, if we not messing with it. We got a scale of 1 to 10, man, with 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, man. Let's let our brother Jeff just give him some constructive. If it's constructive criticism, whatever it may be, he wanted all. He want to hear y'all opinions about what y'all think about the new song. So good comments, bad comments, all welcome, whatever you may be, because all of it means something. So here we go.
All right, yo, it's Kingpin Radio, the Kingpin Crux Show, right here on My Radio Chicago, the Sports District Radio Network. I'm Kingpin, Mr. Lacan, GP, and Mr. Jonathan Right Nice. And I'm sitting here right here with my main man, Crux. Crux, tell me who you is.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Crux, man, whole time, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, Kingpin, Crux Show, man.
Hey, yo, and what I'm telling you is that all sponsorships, make sure you call in. Call in. The number is 312-866-6057. That's
She say it's all bad. What? We need to fix that. Yeah. She said it's all bad. Damn. Woo. But we gon' fix that. Having the feeling that the vibe been off. Notice we barely spend time and we hardly talk. Say you been feeling neglected and I gotta respect it. You was throwing all the signs, I just had to catch it. But I can't reach your mind, baby. Communication is key. Maybe misunderstanding, I'm lost, it gotta be. We was just chillin' and vibing, was deep inside you. Not only physically, but mentally, I provide for you. So this the plan, keep it 100 grand. Set aside some time, we gon' give it a chance. Think all we missing is a little romance. Make sure you open your schedule and cancel your plans. I'm talking champagne, buckets of ice, rose petals everywhere, dinner by candlelight. This a new beginning, this time let's try to stay consistent. Let me know if you feeling my invitation to kick it with you. Woo. She say it's all bad. Whoa. We need to fix that. Yeah. She said it's all bad. Damn. Woo. But we gon'
Okay. She said it's all bad. We need to fix that.
We need to fix that.
Man. No, bro. Good shit, bro. Good quality. Good sound, man. Look, bro. You working, man. Keep on working hard, bro. What's for you gonna come to you, man. And guess what? You ain't gonna have to go looking. It's gonna find you, man. It's gonna find you, man. Well, definitely, bro.
I appreciate it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I actually filmed that video, man, some months back, back in like December, and I just held it for Valentine's Day because I thought it'd make a good statement, due to the content, its relationship and all, all about, you and your significant other having, having some issues, but y'all gonna, it's all bad, but y'all gonna work it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what it's about, man. Let's talk, talking about making it work, man. Everybody be so quick to separate. That's the easy thing. To just it's easy to separate. But how many people are willing to put in that work to make it work? How many people are willing to put in that work to make it work? How many of us fellas can say, hey, look, you know what? I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? How many women can take that and can accept accountability? You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to get back to, man. That's love is the only way. You know, it's so much shit on this radio now that you hear all about shooting the motherfucker, stabbing the motherfucker, smoking dope, smoking all this. You know, we got to get back to this good love music, like the song we just listened to, bro. That's what it's about, man. Let's talking about making it work. Fuck separating. Everybody run around all summer. I'm FREELE all that.
Absolutely. Hey, for those that's looking for the video in its full totality, it's the channel is called Mood Music, MOOD. There's a dot after M, it's a dot after O, dot after the X, the other OD. Music, straight spelling, group, LLC. The name of the song is Shambles. SHAMBLES. My artist name is Crux, CRUX. So I'm pretty sure if you type in Crux, CRUX, Shambles, it should pop right up. It might be multiple links, but Crux Shambles and Mood Music Group in your search engine, you should be able to locate it. I appreciate it if you like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. You know, once again, Big Vibe, I appreciate you immensely for playing that for me, bro.
Okay, you got some couple ratings in the chat, bro.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. See a few tens. Much love, everybody. I appreciate it.
Teresa say a 10. LaSummer, love it. Ann Williams say I give it a 10. EJ say not bad. Got V White. I give it a 10. Demetria, 10. I like it. I can't find it on YouTube. What's the name of the song? You probably gonna have to write a text in the chat, Jeff, so so I can pin it to the chat, pin it to the top.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll try to do that now.
Put a text in there so I can pin it to the top. So exactly. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get off of that FREE free. You know what I'm saying? Let's make these relationships work, man. You know. T-Boss 10. Evan Grace say, I'm not big on rap, but love the beat, the tune, music, 8 of 10 for me. Okay, that's good. That's still good. Okay. They're gonna put it in the chat. So just added to my list on my phone. Tracy, well, why did say 10? Okay. Darlene said I get a song at 8, video at 9. Okay. Make sure y'all go check it out, man, over there on Good Music. Let them know. And when y'all go over there on Good Music and check it out, let them know where y'all come from. Tell them y'all came from the hypest goddamn chat on YouTube, Big Vibe, Opinion. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got the opinionators up in here, and we very opinionated. You feel me? Oh yeah. That's what it's about, man. What up, goddamn Dean?
What's goody, bro?
Yo,
What's goody, bro? My fault. What up, Jeff? What up, bro?
Dean? Hey,
How y'all doing?
Before you start, bro, I couldn't put it in the chat, but I put it in the private chat. I put the link.
I just dropped the link in the I just dropped the link in the chat.
Oh, okay, for sure. Bless you.
Yeah. Let them know Big Vibe sent y'all, and tell them they need to come over here and holler at Big Vibe when they see y'all over there chilling. You feel me? Yeah, man. What up, man? Well, we got our brother Jeff on here. You know, as always, giving that good insight. You know, I know tomorrow, man, tomorrow. What I was thinking about, I was thinking about a scenario for a live, and I said I want to kind of tomorrow. I want to just dedicate tomorrow live just to I want to just dedicate it to pointing out the inconsistencies. Just some. I just want to make it. I just want to point out the lies that were told. You know, in both cases. You know, even through like the start of this shit. And I was also thinking about as well. So if the FBI was somebody gonna tell me under my comment when he was being investigated by Homeland Security or whatever. I'm like, hold on. Let me inform people. FBI, Homeland Security, ICE, the DEA, all that shit is under the same umbrella.
They're all part of the federal government.
It's all the federal government.
Well, it's what you call it. See, DEA. That's drug. That's big, but the DEA could fall state and federal. But what you call it, Homeland Security, that's only federal. ICE, that's only federal. Um, what's the other shit? ATF, that's only
ATF,
federal.
yeah.
Yeah, those things are only federal. Yeah, Homeland Security and ATF, FBI. Yeah, all of that is. Feel me?
It's the same umbrella. So now I'll tell him, well, he wasn't being investigated by FBI. He was being he wasn't being investigated by the FBI. He was being investigated by Homeland Security. Boy, I fucking fell out the bed.
He's crazy. He's crazy. Whoever said that.
But the shit's so crazy though. The FBI investigated this man in 2018 the whole time. Do we not understand? The whole time in 2018 when he was being investigated by the FBI, they were filming Surviving R.Kelly.
And what's a coincidence that they said remember the supposedly it was a federal person, somebody who's part of the FBI was the one that supposedly that was watching Surviving R. Kelly, and that's what made them supposedly fell into the case and all that. I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, but the whole shit's so crazy because when we put up the document that was pointed out in court that he was investigated twice in 2005, went to court in 2008, then they investigated him again in 2018. But they dropped the case in May of 2018 while they were filming Surviving R. Kelly. They said they didn't find no evidence of any wrongdoing or anything. So they dropped the case. So then you come back and drop Surviving R. Kelly in January of 2019. Then here comes Chewbacca with a superseding indictment to bring charges because she was a victim and she was saddened by the Surviving R. Kelly documentary. So we're gonna put out a hotline. Anybody who's been a victim, that's where we get the term from a class action lawsuit. When you come out and say, have you ever been a victim of R. Kelly? That's the class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
Come forward.
And we all know. My bad, bro.
Now you good, bro.
I'll say we all know that, that R. Kelly is a corporation. So
exactly.
Class action lawsuit against a corporation, that's exactly what it is.
That's it. That's exactly how I put it together when we was talking that night and you and Derek, you and Sir Miguel and there was said, they said, man, they treated this case like it's a class action lawsuit. I said, you know what? He'll fight sound just like the motherfuckers that be on the TV. Have you ever use Roundup and such happened, contact this number right here, and you may
Right.
have a
Facts. That's like one of them people. Oh, have you ever used Johnson and Johnson
Johnson. Yeah,
Johnson powder? That's how they treated cows.
for real, man.
Like
For real, that's what they did to R.Kelly, man.
that is not son. The way they did Unc is just disrespectful. Yeah, man. The way they did him was disrespectful. But it's just sad to me. Like I forgot somebody was saying it. Somebody was saying something that made kind of perfect sense. They was like, I don't know if it was Vlad or somebody. Vlad said something. I kind of agreed with him. He said, "Yo, if R. Kelly had put out a hit or put out multiple hits, like mega hits at like during 2018 or 2019, I guarantee you he wouldn't be going through none of this."
But
Facts.
that's the
So,
and that's
so
why I tell people you got to go back to the Tavis Smiley interview. This is how much that they studied this man from the first trial.
mhm,
Because what happened during the first trial? He tell you, people say, "Oh, Sony did this and Sony did that." Sony wasn't fucking with R. Kelly during the first trial either. But
mhm,
when he went against the record label and his advisors, and he dropped Ignition remix, and that shit went platinum, he say shit. They got to blowing his phone up. We need to do a video. We need to do a photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? Because he
mhm,
dropped the fucking. He had one of his biggest hits of his career during this turmoil that he was going through. So
and
what the federal government did was they sat back, they studied that shit. So
Yeah.
this time
mhm,
around, that's why you had new R. Kelly, Me Too, all of them come out ahead of surviving R. Kelly. They knew what
mhm,
they were doing. This shit was strategically planned.
mhm, and also, even during that time, like little do people know that time when what you call it, his music was getting leaked during, and he was also putting out music just on the, you feel me, no, on the street tips, like putting shit out just on the, feel me, just on like the streets through mixtapes. Little do people know. And then even just recently now, Kelly, like within these past few years, little do people know, Kelly wasn't dropping or fucking with the label like that. A lot of his music was being put out through SoundCloud. If you go look at R. Kelly's SoundCloud account, he got more followers than these so-called SoundCloud rappers like Lil Uzi, A Boogie. If you look, R. Kelly he got a lot of traction towards his SoundCloud. So you get what I'm saying? So he was he figured out the way, you feel me? He's figuring out ways slowly towards how to go around and make money without,
The
you know what
label.
I'm saying, without the label.
And that's
And they
kind of
could
like me.
and they could see that. You think they want that? Hell no. Like
Just like Meek Mill said he was gonna put his shit out on Cash App.
you feel, all right, let me, I'm on SoundCloud right now. I'm gonna look at how many Kelly his profile got, because I know he got some shit. I ain't gonna lie, for old head, on SoundCloud, the amount of followers he got, like, see, R. Kelly got 4 million followers on SoundCloud. Let me see how much Lil Uzi got. And you gotta remember, Uzi's a SoundCloud rapper. That's how he popped. They coined that term, SoundCloud rappers, through Uzi, Lil Yachty, and like, you get what I'm saying? Hold on. Lil Uzi only got 2 million followers on SoundCloud. So that shows you the, you feel me, like, and you gotta sit there and even think about it. He put out how he put what when he put out what's that song, the song that everybody going crazy, the I Admit, he released that on SoundCloud
Yep.
originally. So you get what I'm saying? He was he was figuring out ways, as Prince was saying, figuring out ways how to cut the record label out. You think, I say, you think them people, they gon' they like, hell no. You gotta admit, R. Kelly, that man generates too much money. So it's like, yo, if they can't get a piece of that pie, they gonna figure out any way to get him out the way.
Yeah, I always thought that if in the beginning stages, I always thought that if we always knew it was about his catalog, which is at the
That
moment what 900 million, almost $1 billion.
Yeah, not definitely that all got a lot to do with it, Jeff. It's his catalog, his you feel me, him going behind the label and figuring out, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like me being an R. Kelly fan, I didn't even know he had so much like music, like behind, you feel me, the scenes from like 2015 up until 2019. I didn't even know he had like a good amount of songs, you feel me, he was being released behind the closed doors like that. I don't know if y'all heard that. She deserves to be honored. She deserves to be, like, he dropped that on SoundCloud too, on
See,
Valentine's Day.
he was telling people on Love Letter. I'm telling you, that's why on Love Letter documentary, when I heard him say he don't want the world to he didn't want the world when they listened to Love Letter to think of R. Kelly, to think of the Pied Piper, to think of Kels or the Weatherman. He said
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to introduce the world to Robert.
Mm-hmm.
So he was going away from that persona of R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
All those different personas he was going away from.
Mm-hmm. That makes perfect sense. Cause that make perfect sense. Cause a lot of people, if you notice, like a lot of people within these past, you feel me, these last years, people don't even call him R. Kelly no more. Everybody start calling him Rob or Robert by his name.
Cause R. Kelly is the corporation that the industry built. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they gave him that name. They gave him that name. He like, fuck it, y'all can have this name. That's what y'all want. Y'all can have it. Shit. The name don't make Robert. Robert make the name.
Mm-hmm. Nah, that shit. I telling you, Bob, we already know. Jeff, we already know. That shit is like R. Kelly ain't R. Kelly ain't no. This ain't all just a coincidence, and people want to make it seem like, oh, this is just a coincidence that
Nah.
this is about little black girls or whatever. No, his
What he told
situation.
Storm. He say,
His,
Storm, this is a go figure. This is not no coincidence.
thank
All
you.
this shit didn't just arrive. You know what I'm saying?
His situation is about conspiracy and money. Like,
It's that class action lawsuit, man.
Yeah,
that's
I
it.
don't see what is so hard to understand. I mean, we seen this play out with all of our greats. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, Jeff. Yo,
You
Jeff,
know,
let me just say one thing.
yep.
This is how people are so dumb. These women get on here and said, "Yo, yeah, surviving R. Kelly was just, you feel me, was basically lies. It was scripted, right?" But then after, these people want to sit there and believe these women. This is coming out their mouth. Oh, this whole thing was the whole surviving R. Kelly was scripted. But every interview after, y'all telling them same stories that was in Surviving R. Kelly on Dr. Oz and all these other platforms. So I'm just in my head like, like not for nothing. Now it's coming to show me. It's like, yo, just admit it. Y'all just don't like the man.
Right. Well,
You
you
get what I'm
have to
saying? Like,
tell that story because how are you going to be relevant outside? No one know of you from nothing. You have nothing else in your life that could even be thought about when you the person who man, you got a fucking bunch of stragglers. When you talk about a mega superstar
an
and
icon.
a bunch of fucking women that have no fucking identity. Like, I'm not saying like they're not human, they not who they are, but they're not relevant when you talk about industry or media wise. So guess what? The only relevance they have is surviving R. Kelly. So they have to anchor themselves to that shit in order for them to go around and do these interviews. Nobody know y'all. Ain't nobody
Exactly.
come here to see you, Otis.
but as I said, people want to sit there. It's like, yo, every time, oh, he had to have done something or whatever the case may be.
Who is
People
this?
just
Hold on. The truth. I know you old cove or whatever, so I'm gonna introduce your ass to the block. Out of here. I don't play that shit. Bye bye. Truth.
but yeah.
Hold on, right quick. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today for the homegoing celebration. You thought you was finna come over here on my platform? I don't play that shit. I don't debate with the ops. I don't talk to the ops. I don't play with the ops. I don't even none of that shit. This ain't the place. You go over there on those platforms that welcome you. This just ain't gonna be it. I don't do that.
They gotta be extra bored.
Don't bring your funk ass over here. In Chicago, do know. Chicago full of shit. That's what Chicago know. They full of shit.
They is. And I'm from Chicago.
The
And they
fuck?
full of shit.
How y'all can sit around? How do you all sit around and try to uphold unfit ass parents? Don't get me started tonight, cause I really fucking go there. Y'all want to be mad at R. Kelly, but y'all ain't got shit to say to these trifling ass, disgusting ass parents.
Facts.
Who's hauling their children, or they want to say children, but who hauling these grown ass women from state to state to go chase somebody? Girl, get the contract. You begging your daughter to sleep with a goddamn 40, 50-year-old man, and she said, I don't think he's not interested. But y'all don't want to take the word from these accusers' mouth. Y'all want to take the words from surviving R. Kelly.
Facts.
When you got the same motherfuckers from surviving R. Kelly who have came out on platforms and say, I'm not a victim.
Thank you. What even Whack 100 said it on his Clubhouse. He said what I noticed with every single one of them females. He said not one of them came out and said there was, or we said when I listen to every woman, he said in every situation, he said with Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, and every single quote unquote victim a part of this Me Too movement. He said not one of these girls in the R. Kelly situation, or women or females, whatever they want to consider themselves, not one of them came out and said there was a victim. And I was like, yo, that is crazy. Because if you really run through and watch and listen to it, ain't not one of them
But this
said there was a
what you
victim.
have though. You have a lot of these. You have people out here. These females, some of these females, and I'm not saying all of them. Some of these females wish they could have breathed the fucking air in the room with R. Kelly. But
Of course.
since they wasn't afforded to breathe the air in the room of R. Kelly, he's a predator because they wasn't no pick me. This ain't no motherfucking barbecue. It's your regular ass on. You gonna be out here looking just like these two damn fools right here. You keep fucking with me. You gonna keep fucking with me. You gonna be right along with these two fools. Career like these niggas. I'm telling you, these women and 100% of these females They all seeked out R. Kelly. He didn't go looking for none of these motherfuckers.
Thank
A
you.
predator. How do you when you watch a movie, when they say it's the predator versus the prey? What fucking movie have you seen the goddamn prey chasing the predator?
Thank you.
Never.
Thank
When you
you.
talk about this fucking R. Kelly case, y'all saying he the fucking predator, but the fucking prey is chasing the fucking predator. Make
Thank you.
it make sense.
Nah, but you ain't lying, my brother. That's why I just don't understand how is he a predator? Like perfectly said. R. Kelly ain't wake up one day and said, is there a girl out there named Geronda? Let me go just find let me see if there's any females out there named Geronda. And at the age of 14, 15, 16 years old, we gonna find them.
No, never. That's why I'm so pissed off that DMX died, because he didn't tell us what these bitches want from a nigga before he left.
Exactly.
I mean, let's even look at it like the whole New York trial said that his whole career was created for him to be able to have access to underage girls and abuse them. Like
Look, y'all politic while I step away right quick. I'm gonna be on mute. But J Rock in here too, so y'all politic while I step away right quick.
What's up, my big brother J Rock? What's up, my big brother?
Grizzly was good.
What's going on, Dean?
What's up, man?
What's happening, Jeff, man? I saw Vi was on earlier, and then all of a sudden I saw stream unavailable. I said, okay, the haters and struck again. Here they come. You know, and I didn't know when he was back on, and then I just happened to I was like, let me check and see if Vi back on. I'm like, okay, back on. And I want to say this props to you, Jeff, because I heard a little bit of that new single on Shambles. Props to you, man. I just saw that. I said, okay, it's a little bit it's a little different, especially during this day and time, because right now in this day and time we could use a little different, to be honest with you.
I told Uncle Jeff the other day, he sound like no funny shit. He sound like Pusha T. Like he sound like Pusha T. Like,
man, I appreciate you brothers, man, on real, man. Glad y'all rocking with it, and the feedback is greatly appreciated on the real.
Oh, no doubt, man. And like I said earlier, I gave a rest in power to my to hip hop legend Dave Trugoy from De La Soul. There was a cut that I forgot about, man, but I played it earlier, man. Here's a song back in '96 called "Stakes Is High." You talk about, if you want to listen, it's almost like De La Soul predicted how the trend of hip hop right now. One line, I think it was what Plug One said. You have to talk about. Let me tell you what it's all about. Our skin, I'm considered equal. A meteorite has got more rights than my people. I said, God damn. I said, holy shit.
Man, that's deep.
Man, that was deep. And then old boy, Plug Two, when he said, I'm sick of bitches shaking asses. I'm sick of talking about blunts, sick of Versace glasses, sick of slang, sick of half-ass award shows, sick of name brand clothes, sick of R&B bitches over bullshit tracks, cocaine and crack, which brings sickness to blacks. I said, damn. This was back in '96 when they dropped this. I'm like, holy shit. I don't know. Somebody had a DeLorean or something for them to go ahead and go into the future for this.
I'm telling you.
Because the way they broke that shit down, I said, ooh, man. But yeah, I also heard y'all talk about, his catalog and everything, which I think is anywhere between $1 and $1.5 billion now. And I mean, it's all about his catalog and everything. And people got to realize with R. Kelly. R. Kelly is not a thermometer when it comes to R&B. R. Kelly is a thermostat. He changed of the whole fucking atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does.
And I heard a little bit of what y'all was saying earlier about him talking about maybe going in a different direction from the R. Kelly persona. I don't think he would never really completely go away from it, but he wanted to expand his repertoire, expand his reach.
Nah, it's a fact. Yo, J Rock. Even when you look at it, when you really look at it, R. Kelly came out. You gotta sit there and think about it. New Jack Swing was the biggest thing at that time, and when R. Kelly came, he shifted R&B completely away from the New Jack Swing and took it somewhere else. Like not saying the New Jack Swing ain't nothing wrong with it. Like you get what I'm saying, but it just goes to show you what one man can do.
Yep, and especially
with his influence.
And see, with the New Jack Swing is still kind of strong because Teddy had still had a very strong presence because Blackstreet came out the year after 12 Play came out.
Well, not definitely. Blackstreet came out. 12 Play came out with 93, right?
12 Play came out 93. Blackstreet's album dropped 94.
Yeah.
And it was just like all that in between 91 to like 98, 99. I mean,
but
R&B was just so strong, man.
But yeah, when you look at Public Announcement first album, you could say that was a full, like damn near a full New Jack Swing album. When 12 Play came out, you could say like 60-70% of it was New Jack Swing. And then when the self-titled R. Kelly album came out, he had everything on it. He had like soulful R&B. It had the New Jack Swing on it. It had like a pop sound. They pop soul on it, like pop soul. He had everything on the self sounding. And then after the self title, that's when he came. Then he came with the R, and then the R. That was basically another one. He had everything on it, but I wouldn't really say it was too much. It wasn't that much New Jack Swing on the R album. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would say he kind of like shifted away from it. Like
he shifted away from it, and at the same time, when I heard his third album, the R. Kelly album, a lot of people said, they anointed him the king of R&B. Some people say after 12 Play. To me, I ordained him like, the king of R&B really after his third album, because to me, when I heard that album, I said he was the closest thing to Marvin Gaye to come along in a decade, because Marvin Gaye died in 84. He dropped this album in 95. So Marvin Gaye was already dead for a decade. R. Kelly came out with that third album. I said he's the closest thing to Marvin to come along in a decade.
Facts. I forgot what's the guy name that who was the guy? What's his name? The Sony guy. Is it Barry Weiss or whatever? Let me see. What's his name? Barry Weiss. But he was saying what a case may be. He was saying when you listen to R. Kelly is a mixture of he called R. Kelly a mixture of Prince and Marvin Gaye. And I was like, that's a great comparison. That's like a great comparison. He said R. Kelly's a mixture of Marvin Gaye and Marvin Gaye and Prince. And I was like, that's a perfect comparison.
I always thought in regards to R. Kelly, he was up. I always thought he would have been like, if Marvin Gaye and Smokey Robinson had a baby, it'd be R. Kelly. Because you talk about the soul of Marvin Gaye with the writing ability of Robinson.
Facts. That's why I felt like he threw Prince in there, because like but see, the thing is though, I would have said he's a Prince, Smokey Robinson, and a Marvin Gaye. You know why? Because to me, Prince is a great songwriter, right? But he's a great songwriter for himself. Could I say Prince never really succeeded on a level where, you know what I'm saying, writing for others.
Well, he kind of did, because if you really look at it, you know, songs like because remember, I Feel For You by Shaka Khan, Prince did that. Prince did that for Shaka, and also you look at
Hold on, now I'm saying that you think he did on a level of Smokey Robinson though.
Well, Prince has always been writing. He's been writing for other people. I mean, what he did for Shaka Khan, what he did for even though Vanity in her early career, Apollonia. He even teamed up with pop star Sheena Easton at one point, and he was still doing. So Prince had some. He had some bullets in the chamber.
I'm not saying he don't. I agree with you, Jared, but I don't think Prince was like I don't think he was on that R.Kelly and Smokey Robinson like that. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't think he was on that level, like to where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like Smokey Robinson and R. Kelly gave artists undeniably their biggest hits or biggest songs. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, the thing about Prince though, you know, not everybody was going to be able to sound like Prince. If there's a Prince song, you hear with R. Kelly,
exactly.
You can hear the R. Kelly sound, but it's still the essence of that artist that he wrote for.
Exactly.
The perfect example to me is "Fortunate" by Maxwell.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you got what I'm saying with Kells, like you still hear it, but it's like, yo, you still what it's like, all right. It's like you don't know off bat it's R. Kelly, but when you see the credits or when people told you, you'd be like, yo, that really sounds like a R. Kelly song. Like, you get what I'm saying?
I'll tell you this, you know, and to the clown that got up and said that he on his old 30-year career was a front to get attention from black women and underage girls. We know who the clown is. I just go ahead and just give him the initials, which are GG. But you know, y'all figure that out. But
GG.
Yeah,
that's Big Head with the Great Gazoo.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. But here are a couple of things that from R. Kelly's Solar Coaster book that they said about him. Arguably the most important R&B figure of the 90s and 2000s. That's coming from Rolling Stone magazine. R. Kelly has produced some of R&B's most poignant and moving songs. That's from Nikisa Munby Moody of Associated Press, and the most fascinating and hard to reconcile R&B artist of his generation. He's historically pushed R&B forward, stretching the limits of language and grandeur. And that's coming from the Washington Post.
Yeah.
So his career, a 30-year front for young women and girls, but he's able to do all this.
Yo, J-Rod, this is my thing. Billboard, you know, Billboard is the status quo of throughout everywhere in the world. That's where they go and tally up. Basically, that's basically how we define our hits is through Billboard. Every 25 years, they would show you who's the most successful artist, whatever the case may be. I hope people do know the person that held that title in 2010 was R. Kelly. He beat out Mariah Carey, Jay-Z, everybody and they said R. Kelly was the most successful person.
There was a list talking about some of the most
What's good with it, fella?
Greatest musical geniuses of all time. I don't know if it's according to Billboard or somebody else. It had about 30 names.
Yeah,
R. Kelly was number 3 on that list.
See, not the list I was talking about is the one. It was the Billboard. They were saying Billboard basically like they was going off of like your success, longevity, numbers, everything, and then they're basically saying who was the most successful artist. And then R. Kelly was number 1. I think Mary J. Blige came at number 2, and then I think it was Jay-Z, Beyonce, or Mariah. One of them came at number 3. One of those artists came at number 3. But I know I'm gonna find the article. It's on Billboard. It's on their website.
Yeah, but my thing is, how can they do that? What's up, G? How everybody doing?
Oh, we good.
What's up, Progress?
Maintaining. Yeah, but my thing is like, I think he got cheated out of that. What you been on? Because for some fact he wrote probably damn near the people that in front of him. He probably wrote a song for him. That's what I'm saying. Because this guy can write a song and sing it.
The one I'm talking, Billboard. The one I'm talking about, they couldn't have cheated him. They put him at number 1. That's the one. Unless you talking about J-Rock.
Nah. You said somebody said he was number 3.
Oh, see, you talking about J-Rock? Yeah, come on, what you call Billboard? Billboard, the one I'm talking about, Billboard had him as the number 1. Every 25 years, they would basically do everything and then tell us who's the most successful artist. And
right.
Then the last
and 9 out of 10,
R. Kelly was number 1.
And 9 out of 10, the way J-Rock researched stuff, he probably exactly right with them. We just getting our opinion. He probably just right with it. Number 3.
Regardless of the fact, number if he's not number 1, if he's still number 3, he's still among the best out there, and there's very few that's better than him. Bottom line.
So J-Rock, who in number 2 and number 1 is?
I want to say I think it was. I want to say Michael. I gotta see the list again. I think Michael Jackson was 1.
But all right,
number 1. But did he write a song for Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I know. But at the time I saw it was between 1985.
Oh, okay.
So that's going back in the early to mid 80s though.
Hey, look, man. I tell y'all, son. This is my word, is my bun, yo. Man, I had a girl over here not too long ago, boy. I put that R.Kelly on. That hey, Mr. DJ.
Slow dance. I was playing that.
Slow dance? Hey, Mr. DJ.
I was just playing that.
Man, I thought that nigga was getting naked up in there, man.
Yo.
Broke a soul, boy.
Progress and Jared, I'm telling you.
I broke a soul with that shit, boy.
That's one song. Yo, I always, if I want to get something from my lady, that's one song I could put on, and it's like the way she reacts to that song is like it just still came out.
Why did they say?
And then then the vocals on it.
It's crucial. But why did it say that he stole? Why did it try to say back then when he came out with that song? Why did it try to say he was trying to act like Aaron Hall though?
Because back then his sound was kind of similar. Because
you feel me? Yeah, the whole like.
But Kev, it took the man's sound and perfected it though. He got off on DJ. He's sawing the hell out of that though.
Because like Aaron Hall, one of those people like he got a great voice. He could flex that joint. Like Aaron Hall could hit notes, and he could like. You get what I'm saying? Aaron Hall could go like he can go from a alto to an opera and just start like, you get what I'm saying? And not a lot of people could do that. Like, so you get what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, Aaron Hall and Kells, those are two artists that they could get around among singers, and they gonna make everybody feel like.
I heard they were beefing, boy. Aaron Hall said this nigga took my style and perfected it.
And you know,
how can you take some? You could take something from somebody.
You got
and perfect it. It made it better.
I was telling J Rock the other day, if you listen to even Teddy Riley said it, the guy that was funding
he can't sing though.
The guy that was funding their career, the guy that on David Hyatt was some Jamaican guy that got caught for he went to jail for life for drug trafficking, and that's the guy that funded
But Teddy Riley can't sing.
He funded their careers. So you got what I'm saying? So
who on this panel did they really think that not Aaron Hall, but Teddy Riley can sing?
Well, it's not about Teddy Riley singing.
Teddy Riley can't sing. He's a great producer and a great songwriter. That's it.
It's about
and he know how to do the steps with the ball.
Because with Teddy, because you got to realize with Teddy, Aaron Hall, because guy was hot.
Right.
88, around 88 to about 91, guy was the lick. Guy was on a whole other level. And Teddy
so basically Teddy Riley was like Otis from Temptation.
No.
Yeah, you got to think about Temptation.
Actually, to be perfectly honest with you, Teddy Riley was kind of like Smokey Robinson.
No, Smokey Robinson can sing though.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about like Otis. Like, all right, think about Temptation, right? Otis, right? Otis put the group together. Otis went and got them the deal and everything. But guess what? Otis wasn't singing none of them damn songs. Otis was a backup singer, just like Teddy Riley. What? Name me one song with guy, Blackstreet, wherever he sung with, that he sung a song by himself.
No, he never took songs as far as lead, but the
so he was the background like Otis.
No, he was more than Otis because all Otis did was with the Temptations. Teddy worked with Keith Sweat, Aaron Hall, Heavy D.
Yeah.
Teddy Riley produced the whole album for Michael Jackson, man.
I tell people
if you can't sing, you can't sing.
When it come to that producing skill, niggas can't touch Teddy. As far as producing, because you gotta remember in their times that producing today ain't like what producing is back then. Now today you just give somebody a beat and that's producing. Back then you gotta tell a person, a producer's the one that really leads.
Tell them how to sing it.
Tell you how to exactly.
How to sing it, how he want this note to go and that note to go. See, but the thing about it though,
you gotta back then you gotta tell a person when to go from a baritone to an alto to a op. You gotta feel me? That's what a producer they telling you what notes they want to hear, what type of singing at this point in time. You got what I'm saying? So, and Teddy was the one that could be able to physically do it and sing it. But when it come to like him, like that production,
showing them how to sing it.
Exactly.
How can you? My thing is though, how can you show me how to sing something?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something about.
It's like this.
I know Crook know what I'm talking about.
It's like this. It's just like a coach. A coach is not personally. They can't get on the court and do everything.
But they call them play.
Exactly. They know how to. You feel me? Because it's like a lot like in Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest to ever touch a basketball. But when it comes to like drafting players or coaching, Michael Jordan is terrible at that.
But no, you got to think about it like this though. My thing is like, okay, like you just brought up about the football, the coach. The coach throwing the plays though, but if I give you a play, and tell you to run this play, and if you don't perfect that play or come through with that play, how's I'm getting blamed for? The coach would get fired before the player will.
Of course.
And like you said, I ain't even on the field.
Nah, definitely.
But so when it come to music, you know what I'm saying? It's so many different aspects of it. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody plays a part. And what Teddy did was created a sound. Like when you have a sound, like when you think about the 80s and different artists that represented that particular era, it was a certain sound that was created, that was crafted by
New
one or
Jack Swing.
two or that New Jack Swing.
And that was all Teddy.
Right, but you got to be able to sing.
Not necessarily.
Happy Vibe said you can't sing, you can't sing, hop or skip.
Right, but that's the thing. Like,
hold
you
on,
got some artists, you got
hold
some
on,
that
just a second, fella. Unique, is that Unique? I hope that's how you pronounced it. I'm not good with names, but welcome, Unique. We do engage in the chat. Well, when I'm at work and I'm on my cell phone, it's kind of harder to see the chat for myself. And most of the time, I start the panel and I do my part. And when I bring the fellas on, I allow them to do the talking while I sit the phone down. So when I do get my phone back, I start looking and going through some of the messages in the chat to make sure I reach out to you. But I want to apologize to you for coming over here a few times. You say you've been over here about 3 times and you don't see no chat engagement, but a lot of the people that's in the chat, they know how we do it over here. It ain't we don't mean no harm by not speaking. And when we get to going after so long, we get caught up in the conversation. So sometimes we shy away from the chat because we be into the conversation. But welcome over here. We're gonna make you family. And next time we see you, we're gonna make sure we greet you when we see you in the chat. So welcome to Big Vibe Opinion platform. And everybody on the panel, y'all welcome. Unique. I guess that's right. I'm not sure. I guess that's right.
Tell Unique she more than welcome to tap into the combo. Like, you feel me? If you wanna, I guess you figure out a way to send her the link. You got what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, tell them we've been in this joint.
Tell her she
I seen her around.
Welcome.
She pretty cool.
Yeah, we've been in this joint, man.
Tell her you feel me? Tell her she more than welcome.
Oh yeah, my fault. Because I
Crook, go and break that point down. You about to say, I ain't mean to cut y'all, Crook. Hey, go ahead and break that point down. What you about to say earlier?
Oh, okay, yeah, yes, indeed, appreciate it. And I wanted to double back on what you brothers, Big Vibe was saying to the chat. I don't be paying attention to the chat a lot of times when I'm on the panel because, I'm just engaging in the conversation. But welcome, Unique Thoughts, everybody else. I see. I'm gonna look in and see Niecy Mo, Gemini Don, everybody in the chat. You already know it's all love. Unique Thoughts. You are more than welcome, and we want to welcome you and everybody else.
Shout out Kills Day One.
Yes, indeed. And I was just thinking, like, you brought up some good points, progress as far as, and that's what makes an artist / producer like Kale so unique, because you got some that know how to do one thing and that's their area. You got others. Now, when you talk about Teddy Riley knows how to compose, he knows how to produce, he
and
knows
arrange.
how to engineer. But Kales, he knows how to do all the above, plus do it at an exceptional level and write his own music. So we can't expect everybody to do what Kales do, but we can also still enough room to give people like Teddy Riley their just do as well, because he created that whole sound for Guy and Blackstreet at a pivotal time in R&B history that set a monument. You know what I'm saying? With just think about it. Some of the records that Guy did, let's chill, let's settle down. He cracked
But my thing is though, my point is, I ain't mean to cut y'all crook. My point is though, like with R.Kelly though, you got to think about it, man. That man, only thing I think that man didn't do when he was with that group or public announcement, the only thing I think he didn't do was come up with a dance step. This man sang the song, sang the vocals on the song, and wrote the song and showed them guys how to do them. Now I know Teddy, like you said, Teddy Rising is a good producer, but he cannot sing.
Yeah, but with progress,
Rob can sing his ass off and do the shit and do the ad libs.
Progress, we ain't gonna call him a good producer. The man's a perfection when it comes to producing. Can't call him a good. You gotta say he's a perfectionist. That's what Teddy do. The only person that probably you could probably put above Teddy when it comes to producing probably is what you call it. Some people gonna probably say Quincy Jones. You feel me? It all depends.
I get you saying, but look, if you could produce your song, if you could produce it, write it, and do the ad libs to it, and then come out and sing it, you can sing it yourself.
Yeah, that's what put an artist like Kills in his own category. Like you got
that's what make him a unicorn.
Yeah, you got artists that's exceptional at singing. Let's take Toni Braxton, but she's not a songwriter, so she has to be given a hit record.
Just like Usher.
Right, yeah. But Kills can sing and write it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They put Kills in his own category.
Facts. That's what makes him a unicorn.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's like even what you call it. That's
like guys can't hold no counting the kills, bro.
But see, there's nobody in history that could do what Kells do. Kells, and only person that could do what Kells do is on a female version is Mariah Carey. She can songwrite. She could songwrite. She could produce, and she could fucking sing
the song that she wrote.
Exactly, but this is what give even Kells the edge over Mariah.
I bet you Teddy Ryder can't do it. He a good producer, but
give him the edge over Mariah Carey is because Mariah never really wrote for anybody else.
Chat panel. Quick little nugget right quick. The chat, they want you all to I don't know if y'all can see what they're saying, but I don't know if they understand how it look behind the screen on StreamYard. When you backstage on the panel, you can't really see the comments. But if y'all can see the comments, they want to engage in the conversation with y'all. They say they feel like y'all not acknowledging their comments. So let's catch comments every now and then and expound upon that, just for they getting at me over here on the back end.
All right. I bet say no more, Vi. I got you.
You know what? Gemini Don brought up the point and said Teddy not the best singer, but he laid some vocals here and there to make it work, which he did. Background vocals with Guy, with Blackstreet, and not to mention the fact the songs he done for Mike, like that whole Remember the Time, that was Teddy.
You remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember? That's my song. That's like even when Mike though. Like, but see the thing with Mike is why you can't take from Mike is cause Mike do produce Mike do write some of his stuff. So it's like, you feel me? But it'd be 50-50 with Mike.
What's that interview Kills did? What the interview Kills did with that guy? And he sat up there and what he say? He said, when Michael came in there, I was shocked that Mike came in. And sat there and sung the song that he wrote for him. And it sung it better.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
That's
Yeah, I'm getting off work. I've been listening. I'm getting off work and I'm in the truck now. I'm heading home. I want to make this one statement and then I'm just going to yield back for the rest of the night until I get home. Shout out to my nephew. Shout out to my nephew, Big Vibe. Shout out to Jay Taylor, aka our community activist. Dean Bella, my nephew. Progress, the comedian, and J Rock, Mr. Timeline / comedian. Blessing to y'all, you gentlemen, and everybody in the chat. I want to say this about Kells from what y'all was saying. The difference with Kells, I think, that makes him stand out in such a unique way is that Brother Kelly was able to transcend the decades of different genres, and Kells was able to look at an artist and tailor-made a song as though That artist themselves came up with the concept and fit their voice and their whole style. If you look in history, I don't know how many people we can come up that actually did that to perfection, no matter if it was hip hop, if it was rap, if it was opera he did, Jamaican music he did, slow dance music he did, stepping music he did. No matter what, that's what makes him stand out like that. And then in his messages in the song, there's something that everybody can walk away and say, man, that spoke to my situation. At the same time, it helped give me a release, and I'm able to just have a good time. And I yield back, and I would like Brother Jeff to elaborate on that.
You said that perfectly when you said the transcend. Perfect.
Facts. Hey, peace and blessings to you, brother Muse Black. That was so eloquently spoken and so truthful, and that's why he is crowned the king of R&B, because he's able to transcend era and genre of music. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we can't expect everybody to do what Kels is able to do. It's only a handful, only a few that will be able to do that. To be able to have fans, loyal fans that ranges from 20 to 70 years old. That's 5 different generations. And all of the different genres of music. He's written for country music artists, neo soul artists, hip hop artists, R&B artists, female artists, male. I mean, you could name whatever demographic that you choose. Only thing that I probably think he probably didn't do is write some heavy metal. You know what I'm saying? But everything that we could think of, he wrote. He
even wrote rock music, but he just didn't write heavy metal because he wrote for what's his name? Fucking Pamela Anderson husband. He wrote for him.
But nah, look. Kale straight took Michael Jackson style. Look, he took it and made it his own. Look at Single Ladies. That song he got, Single Lady. Man. He killed that. He killed that. And look, I'm in the hood. I go to the club every weekend. And guess when I pop in the club, guess what I hear? Guess what I hear when I step in that joint? Get freaky in the club. Get freaky in the club. I said, this nigga right here is everywhere. You cannot mute that man for nothing, but.
Oh yeah, I see in the chat. Gemini Don said pop artist. Sir McGill, what up, bro? He said opera as well. That's facts. You know what I'm saying?
In the club.
You know, it's rare. That's a rare breed, you know, of artists that can be able to transcend different demographics. So when you have an artist like Teddy Riley, when we were just talking about that brother, he had a great contribution to the genre of R&B, and it should not be slighted because he can't do what Kels can do. What he did for the culture should be celebrated.
Right. And you know, and the thing about Teddy Riley is this, you know, R.Kelly has his own lane. He can just do it all in a heartbeat. What Teddy Riley to me is like the missing ingredient. You can put together a dish or something, and it's not, and for some reason it's not that good, but it's missing something. You sprinkle Teddy in it, all of a sudden it's great. That's what Teddy Riley. That's how Teddy Riley wrote. Teddy Riley is kind of like that missing ingredient, especially if you look at late '80s when he did a production for Keith Sweat's first album. Then Guy came out in '88. Then Heavy D came out. I'll Be Sure. And you know, it just Guy again. And
but J-Rock, you right.
Kissing Game, that was Teddy's.
But you can't. Teddy can't hold a candle to Rob, man, to R.Kelly.
I'm not saying you gotta hold a
candle. This man sat there and wrote the whole. Me is 5. Somebody's radio on it. It's 5 of us in a group. How in the hell you gonna sit there and I write the song for me to sing, for you to sing, for you to do the vocals, everything?
Yeah, just like if you remember, like in the movie The Five Heartbeats, Robert Townsend's character Duck. Duck wasn't really Duck sung a little bit, but the main the main character vocally was by Eddie Kane before he went in, and he struggled. Duck sung a little bit, but a lot of songs that were written by Duck.
Right. But see, but you know the difference is? The main singer didn't write the song. Duck wrote the song.
Right.
Right, but Kale's the main singer writing the song, the lyrics, the damn chorus. He wrote the chorus. He wrote the lyrics to the chorus. He wrote the bag of vocals for how you supposed to sing this note, that note, that note, this note for 4 of the guys beside himself.
Well, check this out, Progress. Let's look at it like this. Kales is in a league of his own. When you look at a lot of these mainstream artists that have hit records after hit records, they have a team. They have people set in place. You got a songwriter, like you got a big name artist. Let's just take Rihanna or somebody. Okay, I'm just using her as an example. I don't know this for a fact. But she has a team behind her to construct her career. She has someone who does her producing. She has someone that does her songwriting. She has someone that does her vocal coaching. She has someone that does her live instrumentation, her band. She has someone that what they call it, choreograph her dance.
Choreography.
Yeah, there you go. So she has a team behind her, and that's what you need really for success to create hit after hit after hit. But when you have someone like R.Kelly that can do majority of, I would say 80 to 90% of that by himself, that's rare.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, brother Jeff, I want you to stay there and let it breathe. And I want the chat to chime in to this. I want y'all to listen to me very closely. And I want to bring it back full circle of what we're dealing with the case and all of that. Now, can you imagine? Let's keep the balance now and keep it 1,000. Let's keep it all the way funky. I can sum it up by saying what Boosie said. I can see now how someone will sit back on the sideline, whether their career is top, middle, whatever, it don't matter. I can see them develop, whether they producers, record owners, label owners, whoever. I can see them becoming hypnotized.
No, you a target.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not want to go there. I'm talking about Kelly being that unique individual, how we so eloquently, everybody chimed in, the chat chimed in, how he's able to transcend the way I said it, all of that. Can you see now how people can become hypnotized with hatred?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you another scenario. Just look at when the conscious rap came around. Look at how that affected individuals that was doing other things. And nothing wrong with what they were doing. Nothing wrong with what they were doing. You know what I mean? And let's go back to what now when someone comes out with a message in their song, like the country, right? Even today, you don't really see that unless you got something on your disc or your UB or whatever, something like that. You ain't gonna turn the radio on and hear none of that. There's a reason for that, but we're not gonna get into all of that. My point is when you affect the genre, Jeff said it the other night, when you transcend, you go through this, age, decade like that, you develop, like you said, progress, yes, and you become a target. So can you see now how that can be a high degree of jealousy that we don't fully even comprehend? That, man, how dare this, excuse my French, how dare this nigga do this, man? Who he think he is?
Right.
But, you know what I mean? When really, if you really embrace and get to understand, if you just look and see, the man's heart is so big He don't even want to. He'll give you the song.
But you got to think about it.
He's not even tripping on that.
But you got to think about it. You got to think about it like this. You got to think about it like this though. Like if you a superstar, a mega star, or any type of damn star, shit, you go to the damn store and hit for $1 million. Anything with it, anybody feel like you got some money, you a target.
Here's the difference, Progress.
Yeah.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference. Here's the difference.
If you got that
all
bread,
of them making money. All of them making money.
R.Kelly said, if you want some money, sue R.Kelly. That's what he said.
Got you. But all of them making money. Let's keep it 1,000. When it compared to us, all of them making money. They doing stuff behind the door. Entrepreneurship, man, we can't even touch. When you got an individual that comes along once in every blue, what's the odds? That can do what this man does and the effect that industry like that. People feeling some type of way, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
They feeling some type of way.
Yeah.
And now your 25th anniversary, your 30th anniversary, man, this dude about to really read and redefine. He actually is the person that's about to take, and he what? Child of race? Oh, no. We can't have that. No, we can't have that.
You right though. But if I go in there, if I go in the store and scratch off right now and hit for $2 million, guess what? I'm gonna have more cousins. I'm gonna have more goddamn people. I'm gonna have damn everybody coming out the woodwork just to get a piece of that wet.
But not everybody is
$1 million. They ain't doing it, man.
But I'm saying,
that man ain't had nobody around him. That man, I feel like personally, that man did not have nobody around him that he could trust. Period. I could have sworn Big Vi said might be some, but 90% of the people that you look out for, 90% people that you give anything, need this, you need that, can't even fucking come to court and say that they know you or you a good guy. What the fuck?
What is the chat saying? Because I'm driving, so I can't look in the chat.
Man, they done that man dirty. How in the fuck you gonna be my friend? Anything. Well, no matter what I got, but you my dog. I look out for you. I look out for your family. I look out for your family. And many more people. But, you ain't got the balls to come there and stand, get on there and say, I'm a good guy. Or, he did this for me. He did that for me.
Right, that
shit ain't right, bro.
Let's stay in the realm of the talent and how and how it's affected the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like when we look at
right, and Jeff, I'm glad you brought that point up, because even though a lot of people say that you could say that they were jealous or hating on R. Kelly, to whatever say may be, but what R. Kelly did, I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. He had the Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant effect. Once he steps out with a new album and a new single, and you know it's about to hit the airwaves, all the other artists know they can't half-ass. You can't, because you're not gonna half-ass when you're going on the court against Michael Jordan. You're not gonna do it. You got to bring your A game every single time. R. Kelly, the way what he did, he forced all those other R&B artists to bring their A game.
Thank you, J-Rock. Thank you, J-Rock. Thank you, J-Rock.
Right, but who we got? I mean, out of R&B right now, R&B, if we turn the radio and walking, if we driving down the street, we turn the radio on. Who we got that's R&B?
Right now, not really. Back in
nobody.
But back during the early 90s when Kells was really in his heyday, it was a lot. It was facts. I mean, you had so many R&B groups that came out was doing their thing.
Right. Jodeci.
You know, J-Rock, at that time it was
right.
Even Subway. Let's speak one of a time. And let us engage.
High five.
Welcome to Big Val Opinion. Moderators. With my permission, any negativity
in the chat should be hidden from this channel.
Yo.
This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Vibe Opinion Platform.
Conversation is fuck it.
y'all
having
some good conversation, but the chat, I'm telling y'all, man, they reporting back to me, so we gotta make sure when we talk, we giving everybody a chance to speak.
But you know, high five. They biggest song they had, R.Kelly wrote it.
Progress.
I'm just.
Can you hear me? Oh, my what I was saying is, I want to make sure everybody heard me, understood me, hear me when I said the people in the chat are messaging. They want to make sure that when you all are talking, that everybody is able to get their point out, because when y'all start talking at the same time, they don't get to hear the points that are being made. So y'all having a great conversation, y'all making some great points, but the people don't want the conversation to be bunched all up. So
all over
make sure we giving everybody a chance to speak their opinion. All right, I'm going back on mute. So
say no more. Respect.
But yeah, especially at that time, J Rock, remember what you were saying, like, not for nothing, like, R.Kelly was one of those that was so special because at the end of the day, at that time, they wasn't even really letting single artists come out singly by themselves. Why do you think even R.Kelly had to even enter the game with a group? His whole career, they was destined for him to be by, you got what I'm saying? But at that time, when you really look at it, the only person that probably was not in a group at that time when he came out was Keith Sweat.
Right.
And Bobby Brown. Those
right.
Were,
also,
Bobby Brown came out of a group. I'm saying, like, by that time, Bobby Brown was by himself. Like, you got what I'm saying, when R. Kelly came out. But even when, but I'm saying, like, even aside from Bobby Brown, like, Bobby Brown still came out of a group. But the only person that never ever came out with a group at that time probably was Keith Sweat.
But look, think about it. J-Rock, what would High Five song that they broke out with? What was the name of that song?
Quality Time, was it?
Yeah, R. Kelly wrote that.
Right.
Man, that boy got up there. And he sung the hell out of that song. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, because Quality Time came out, and before that, when Teddy Riley did I Like the Way the Kissing Game, which really blew High Five up.
Right. No, they Quality Time really blew.
No,
who wrote Unpredictable by High Five? High Five, man. But
I remember
the nigga was saying that Quality Time, boy, they got off on that one.
Yeah, Quality Time, and I Like the Way the Kissing Game, because that was Teddy's, and that was just really took.
That was a good one too. That was a good song too, but that Quality Time,
because I can tell you how big that song was.
Because Kissing Game went number one.
When Tony Thompson passed away, the lead singer of High Five passed away. I know somebody that went to the funeral. When they wheeled the casket out, the crowd was singing "I Like the Way the Kissing Game" when the casket was being wheeled out the church.
Yeah, that went number one on the Hot 100.
Yeah, they were their best song.
It was.
But you can't front. When them niggas came out with that goddamn Quality Time, they really blew them up though. Be honest now. When that boy saw that Quality Time, he got off on that one.
Quality
Motherfucker be like, what's a beeper? I said, what? That nigga don't know what a beeper is these days.
because Quality Time came out because Quality Time is still one of the greatest hits anyway. Probably top 3 all time. We talk about High Five anyway. And if you take a look at R&B as a whole, especially during the 90s. Now there was one other artist that was solo when they came out during that time, and that was Mary J. Blige. Mary J. wasn't in no group.
Right. Mary J. was stuffing their head down.
Right.
They couldn't mess with that female. That she was getting off on all that.
Facts. Now you're right. Yeah. And
but back then, them days, guess who was coming up to the Wu-Tang? That's why they put Method Man with her.
She had Mary, and then
Mariah Carey was one of them that came out by herself.
Yeah, she did because she's like 90 when she came out. Was 90 and 91 when she came out.
Facts.
But the black group, because that's the one thing that if you take a look at R&B within the last 10 years, as opposed to back in the day, groups are the one. You don't have R&B groups anymore.
Facts.
You don't have any because the 90s was flooded with them. I can't name them all because I know if I try to name them, I'm gonna forget somebody. It was that many.
Jodeci and Kells, they shifted the game with the whole.
No, Kells wrote a song for them,
being edgy and raunchy.
Did Kells write that Life?
Yeah, for the Life soundtrack.
Right. Mm-hmm. Who sung it though?
Yeah, it was Casey and JoJo.
Right. See, I can't say no.
And then you
Kells is tough, boy.
And then you take a look at a lot of the songs that was written out during that time. Hell, the remixes alone, what he's done for himself and other people, just really, really set him apart.
Right. My son, the thing is, man, Kells had the regular bumping grind. Then he had the How I Feel It mix. Then he had the bumping grind remix. And then he had 2 versions of the How I Feel It mix. I'm like, yo, man, that man just different on a track.
He's definitely different. I mean, and like I said, I saw something. Shout out to Armani Thurman. He said if Ron Isley and Al Green were doing a song together right now, it would have been dynamic because they both sound a lot alike. Which is kind of like what some people said about Aaron Hall and R.Kelly. Because remember, R.Kelly and Aaron Hall, they were on a song together on Q's Juke Joint album called Heaven's Girl. And then you throw Ron Isley and Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson, who actually, Aaron Hall got his sound from Charlie Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
If you really listen, that's where Aaron got his sound from.
But no, I don't think Aaron Hall or Charlie Wilson outsing Kells. That's what singing that nigga can sing, man.
Yeah, because the thing is, Kells got so many other octaves to him. He can go opera, he can go straight R&B. He can go several different lanes. You can't.
There's only probably only 3 people.
Outsing Kells. Who could outsing?
We talking about that probably could hit notes.
He already told you who it was.
Can't nobody, man. That boy.
The only.
I was that nigga sing.
The only
Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke cannot outsing no Kells, bro.
That's who he modeled his style from.
The only people that could probably reach notes that Kells cannot reach is Adele, Mariah, and Whitney.
Man, the man, when you go watch the Love Letter documentary. The man tell you who he modeled his whole style. He took styles from a little bit of everybody. And you hear it when he sings. Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye.
He definitely Donnie Hathaway. He took a little of all of those people.
All of them. It made his sound.
So he universal then, ain't
it? He music. He said music must be a lady, goddammit. But I got something I want to ask you fellas. I got something for you fellas, right? And I know we've been talking about the music too, but let's let's take this exit right here. If you were talking to someone that have no knowledge, now this is a situation where we all should be able to say something, bring up a different point. If you were talking to someone who had no knowledge of this R.Kelly case, and you know what you know, and you had to tell them something that would make them have them in awe. Like, what would you tell somebody who had no knowledge of this case if you was to come into contact with them and they wanted to know what's going on with R. Kelly case? So you guys,
that's a
each one of
great
y'all,
question.
each one of y'all take a chance, and let y'all do y'all thing. But if you was talking to someone that had no knowledge of this case, what would you express to them to help them understand what's going on?
Well, first thing first, well, I would tell people, I would encourage them to go to the beginning. And when you go to the beginning, it's before the trial, before this trial and the one before. Go to the beginning of this man's career and look at the allegations. That's a 30-year span. So you mean to tell me that this man was living his life trying to get into the music scene, but he has no allegations that date past his initial entry into the game? And then look at all of the people that he was intertwined with that was handling his business. All the managers and the accountants and all of those people that he was intertwined with, all of a sudden allegations stem. What was the first? Let's go all the way to the beginning. Tiffany Hawkins. Allegations that he fathered a child, which we know that was not his child. Allegations of a false marriage that nothing has been substantiated. And we don't have to even get in between all of the in between from now until then. All we have to do is just look at the numbers. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Out of 30 years, 4 indictments to present day, only 10 under 10 or 12 victims out of that's not even 2 victims per year. But you say this man was doing this for 30 years every day. Look at the allegations and you make the decision. Does it even make sense? Does it even add up? How does a man do this for 30 years and he doesn't even have 30 separate allegations per year? So also consider the level of corruption. Look at the people that are the whistleblowers, so-called whistleblowers, and look at their credibility. I'll just say, look at everything in its totality. And then look at what he's saying now and how the government is going outside of their way to try to make this man look guilty. If you are guilty of statutory rape, is what everybody seems to be outraged about. Statutory rape in the state of Illinois for a first-time offender may carry 7 to 8 years. How is a man a RICO racketeering criminal enterprise all by his damn self over 30 years? It doesn't add up. That's not a criminal enterprise. I would encourage people to look at it as a targeted hit to make something stick. And what they do, they throw everything at the wall to see what sticks. And they mold and shape laws, lift the statute of limitations. They do this and do that. And here we are today. and you now see that witnesses had a interest in receiving millions of dollars in exchange for a different testimony that they gave decades ago. How is this man to be a pedophile where you don't have any children, but you have women that are 40 years old on the stand talking about something that happened 30 years ago? It doesn't add up. There's no active kids that are accusing this man of anything. So how could you say that those claims are true? And that's what I would ask people to look at.
My comment is I concur with Brother Jeff, our community activist. And that's all I got to say.
Bro.
Well, I guess I'll say it like this. Just I guess I'll make mine short and sweet. Anybody ask me about R. Kelly's case, I'll just tell them bottom line. This man has been lied on for over 25 years. Period. And if they want to ask me how I know, I'm the type of person I said, you know what? I will let you bring up any point you want. Anything from the marriage certificate to the tape to surviving R. Kelly to whatever rumors you want to bring. I'll say bring on anything you want because I already got an answer for every last one. And I'll even throw stuff back at you that I know you can't answer for. And I know it's true because there have been some threads I've been on different chats. I've even had a couple people delete their comments after talking to me.
Right.
So,
but see,
I already know what it is.
That's me. Hello?
Yeah, progress you on? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but my thing is like I look at it like this, like I sit back and do the nods to it. Like, okay, I got a free R. Kelly sign, I got a free R. Kelly shirt. Somebody come to me and say, nah, don't free R. Kelly. He was on the tape, such and such. So, you know what I asked him? I'm like, how do you know that? I watched it. I was like, I'm like, okay, so you watched it, right? Yeah. But if you watched it, do you know if you claim what you say that he did, that's a crime by you holding it, possession, or anything, or looking at it. That's a crime. So you committing the crime yourself. No, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. How is it not the same? Come on, man. You got to be realistic. Like, I feel like the man should get a fair shake. Like, let him prove his innocence. Prove it. Don't connive and see just to get a win. Let that man prove his case, honestly. If he gets to anything, let us see it. Cause we don't see it. Because it's how y'all doing it, man. That's all I got to say.
Margo, my fault, yeah. Yeah. Hello? Man, all I simply say is free R. Kelly, man. That's it. Nah, I'm playing. Nah. Would I tell somebody that's what you call it? Alright. What I tell them is boom. Yeah, this is a hard one. That's why I said Big Bob. That was a great this a great question. You basically put us in a tough little box to answer. But me, how I what you call it, how I basically attack attacking. I try to persuade people is by like, all right, y'all only making a public outcry or what the case may be, or making a big fuss out the situation is because white America is telling you what to do as black people. Because not for nothing, if they never came with this surviving R. Kelly or none of this, y'all would have still continued to be playing this man music and all of it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Y'all only making a big public outcry, as I said, because white America is telling y'all what to do. And white America ain't gonna put me in a box or tell me what to do, like whatever the case may be. And as I said, I could smell and I could see bullshit from a mile away. A lot of this shit, as I said, just don't make sense. You can't tell me somebody get on there, a person that's a participant says on a cell phone recorded call with one of the people, oh, surviving R. Kelly, 90% of his shit was bullshit. But then y'all want me to believe everything else these women out here is saying to be true. And this is one of the females, quote unquote, pops saying this. Man, if y'all don't get from out of my face with this bullshit, man. And that's all I gotta simply say.
I'm gonna say this before nephew Vi chimes in and wrap it up. My only other response, other than what Brother Jeff so eloquently said, will be go get some help. These people need to go get some help. And stop letting this society and this world system gaslight you and use the Willie Lynch method on you. Go sit down with somebody and get some help. Or someone that you know that had them happen to them, go get some help. Don't walk around in bondage and in your pain and let that resentment or the other individual that did whatever they did and the circumstance that happened to you that didn't being brought to justice, don't let that hold you like a bookmark in life. You deserve to be set free. Don't continue to walk the rest of your life in bondage like that and pain like that. So our heart goes out for any individual, no matter what your ethnicity is, if you're in the chat, if you're in the bushes. Our heart, we advocate for family, for goodness, for righteousness, for justice. We stand up in our community. We don't tolerate none of this mess. We don't promote none of this. At the same time, we don't agree with individuals using their hurt, their pain, or because something didn't go the way they intended and they're in their feelings and they allow themselves to be manipulated and turn around and try to flip that and use it for some allegation that they know is not true. May the Holy Spirit of the living God disturb your conscience if you walking around in that mindset and you part of this injustice of this political prisoner. And that's all I got to say, and I yield back.
I see we got Sir Miguel in the building. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, Miguel? Blessings, Sir Miguel.
Blessings, Black Muse. What up, Ding Bella, J Rock, Progress. I just want to slide in real quick, but I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say a prayer for everybody on the panel, including everybody in the chat. Just give me a moment. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for the brothers on this panel. I thank you for Big Vi and the panel that he puts together on a nightly basis to bring awareness to the R. Kelly case and the injustice, but also bringing awareness to the people that don't understand what this situation is really all about. But more importantly, Heavenly Father, give us the strength to move forward and move beyond the chaos that is surrounding this case, R. Kelly, any other case that's going on in America there's any injustice around, Father. May you bring the truth and the light to it so that the people can see that our government, our state government, our federal government is doing things illegally and not the right way and interfering with people's due process. At the end of the day, you have the power and the victory to move and resolve any and everything within this case or any other case that's not right. And I ask you, Father, to bless each and every person from the crown of their head to the soles of their feet. And each day that they wake up, that they have a renewed mind and a renewed spirit, that they may walk upright in your word and in your name. In Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. I receive that. Amen.
Amen, bro.
Other than that, that's
Amen.
all I'm going to say. I'm going to dip back in the chat. You gentlemen have a great damn night. Have a great damn week. And at the end of the day, the fight continues. And never tell nobody that you ain't in God's hand because you are. I'm out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Much
Yes, sir.
love, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's Sir Miguel.
I like that one. I like that one.
So much appreciated.
Yo,
And
yo, yo,
really
Unc,
needed.
yo, Unc, Uncle Muse, yo, Unc.
Yes, sir.
I'm letting you know, my lady, what you call it? She she got her flight. Well, I'm on her benefits now. She a flight attendant and all that. I'm telling you, when I pop out to Chicago, I remember you saying you used to play ball. You gonna have to just feel me. I'm gonna have to see what you look like on that court, Unc.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. It's been a
Hey,
minute. It's been.
yo. Hey, what is bun, man? Peace and love, man. I'm out, man. Y'all be good, you heard?
All right. Be
All
safe.
right,
Be safe.
Man, where you
progress. Peace
gone,
to you,
Progress?
brother.
Huh?
You gone?
Boy, I'm trying to grease some buns, man.
Man, get your ass over here, man. You better not have her laughing, goddamn. You gonna have
Yo,
a short night.
Fuck that, the bun. The bun looking mighty good to me, boy.
All right,
Shit.
man. Ain't nobody gonna come get you out. And remember, no mean no.
Nah, look, man. No, you in my house. And yes,
No
me, yeah.
mean, hey,
You
no
shouldn't
mean
have,
no.
hey, be back. You shouldn't have crossed the threshold.
No mean no, Progress.
And
You
I
know,
know.
Junior, hey,
I
Ebony
know.
told, hey, look, Ebony told Junior no on Players Club. We ain't see Junior no more, so I got the hook up too.
Well, that bitch shit didn't came to my house. You might
Man,
well
bye,
turn.
Progress.
You might well turn around, do a U-turn.
I'm gonna pray for you, Progress.
Huh?
I'm gonna pray for you, Progress.
progress, progress, a little curve.
Hey, hey, Vi, did you see
Progress tripping.
Hey, Vi, did you see the link I dropped in the private chat?
Oh yeah, I seen. I got to copy it. I'm gonna have to go back and copy it before we get up out of here.
Uncle, I'm a pray for
I'm
you.
saying I'm gonna pray for you, Progress.
Yeah, and that sound like a real concern. I'm gonna pray for you too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Progress
sir.
be on the goddamn on some 211 still or old English before he come on live. That's my brother though. That's my brother. Nisa Mo say, Progress, you better not play seem like you ready.
Like I said, progress a little curve. Nigga said I'm about to grease some buns. I'm out.
You see, I ain't even respond on that.
Yeah, man. Unc said, I'm gonna pray for you.
Yeah. But
Like the old folks say, J Rock, you're doing too much. You need to go away sit down somewhere. In that order.
not sit down, but sat down.
Sat down.
Yeah.
Let me know, J Rock, when you get a chance. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, and we continue lifting you up. And we always got you in our thoughts. But when you get a chance, please check out that UK guy. Please check him out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You and Big Vi are good at watching those interviews and breaking them down and making clippings of them and then parallel them with Mr. Kelly's case and scenario and a lot of the injustice we see when you watch how these guys break down the interviews from Pac And by him being an educator and study of human behavior and all of that, to see his breakdown and his perspective, it's like, wow. Just exactly what Mr. Kelly is going. Wow. It's like almost like somebody got to be attached to his doggone. There must be some connections there, because this is just unbelievable. And this man was able to see this and break this down. And man, it shook me. It shook me.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. But yeah, it's a lot. A lot has been going on around this. I mean, there are things that just pop up, and you can just see the parallels to R. Kelly's case. Some of it being blatantly out in front of for the whole world to see is already it's just mind-boggling. I mean, you can't make none of this stuff up, man. My imagination is good, but it ain't that damn good as far as how all this stuff just seems to just come up when it comes to R. Kelly. Just like I said, talk about that girl came out to talk about she's supposed to be the secret child of Aaliyah and R. Kelly. And
that little girl's a crackhead.
And like I said, I'm going. And some people say, well, it's just mental health. Mental health is real, and everybody want to talk about the mental, talking about she got mental health. I don't even know if she got mental health issues, but I will say it one more time, and I'll say it again. Who sent you?
Who sent you?
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. Who sent you? Because
J-Rock,
she did not show. All this thing was going on for 3.5, 4 years. She ain't nobody seen her, ain't nobody knew her, nobody. She wasn't around nowhere. But as soon as Kim Fox dropped those charges,
yeah,
she come.
Yeah.
So who sent you?
Yeah, this what gets me, J-Rock and Dean and Big Vi. This what gets me about our community, and it seems like we just don't get it. The reason why they're able, whoever it is, whatever the injustice is, whatever the topic is, the reason why they are able to get away with affecting our community the way they have done is because we've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. We've been lied to. We've been manipulated. We've been deceived. That Willie Lynch method of using to break the Negro slave is still in effect in America.
Facts.
It's still in effect. That's how they can get away with doing that.
Facts.
But when you look at other ethnicities and other cultures, I don't care what the dispute they may have among each other in their own inner community, they come together for a common purpose to address whatever their concerns are. Why can't we see that as a culture and do the same thing? What's our problem?
Facts, Unc.
So you can't be talking about, oh, this ain't fair, no, but that. No. And that's why when we was talking about our different opinion about the artist, here's my thing. I'm one of the OGs in here. This is my thing. I don't care what the artist is in our community. They brought something to the table. In other words, Pac said it this. It may not be something that y'all like. He said, but it kept hip-hop going.
Right.
It kept us eating. It made them notice us.
Right.
And that's what I see what Kels did. That's what I see he was able to transcend to do. And it's like, we don't want that. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, this guy brought a blueprint and a method of doing stuff where, man, he was able to just really sit back like, shoot, Michael Jackson and Prince and Pac mentioned one time, and like, I do an album like every other 5-6 years. I don't really have to do no more album no more. I'm gonna help others establish themselves. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? In the same way. You know what I mean? To me, that's what he was. That's what he was laying the groundwork and the blueprint to it. But them other individuals said, no, you will not. No, you will not. You're not finna gravitate. No, you're trying to take over. You even take over what? Hip hop is, is doing what it's doing. That man went in hip hop, he went in rap, he went in jazz, he did reggae, he did opera, he did come on, man. He brought something to take that everybody can eat from.
Right.
That don't come every day, man. That don't come every day. And look what our community do. I said, wow. And they won, and now they crying about, we don't have, somebody said, I was on some other place. Man, you know, R&B, what happened to R&B? Well, the political prisoner, y'all let them go get locked up. That's what happened to R&B. There's no R&B. And even the artists, the OG artists that's out there that's trying to do their best, like the Key Sweats in his own right, y'all don't even have no respect for them.
Right.
And that man brought chaos on his platform, on his concert, man. You know what I mean? And showed mad love to him. Trey Songz did it. Chris Brown, they brought chaos out in one of their concerts, man, and just sat back and gave that man love to that particular genre. Escape did the same thing one concert. And it was Chaos' birthday that particularly. I mean, man. You know, hopefully it's like they're waking up, man. Like they waking up. People starting to see, you know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, they dropped they said the charges was this, and this in Chicago. Those some serious charges, and they dropped the whole thing just like that. Right. And so Curry Holcomb like, okay, well they did that, so why is he still locked up then? Wait a minute, something ain't right about it. And that's what we need. That's what we need. So on Big Vibe Opinion, speaking for my nephew, we're going to keep this going. We're going to keep that direction going. We're going to keep that exposure. We're going to keep putting them receipts out. We ain't going to be distracted. We ain't going to be bullied. We ain't going to be hoodwinked. We ain't going to be manipulated. We ain't going to be distracted. This is what it is.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I yield back.
Preach. I'm with you.
Blessings to the chat. What the chat saying, J-Rod? What the chat talking about? I'm still driving. I'm taking a long way home, man, so I can, have this conversation.
Well, Nisiko brought up a point saying our problem is we still have a slave mindset on our own people.
We the only set of people, man, that man, like we just, I don't know.
Get it? We just got to start speaking against that and wake. And it's happening. It might seem like we're not getting anywhere, like we haven't made no progress, but we have. So much attention being put on the little isolated incidents, like we the only culture in the planet that's doing anything. You know what I mean? Which is not so. You know what I mean? So every ethnicity has something to bring to the table, and it's as significant and as important as the next culture. You know what I mean? It's a human family with different expressions of different cultures. You know what I mean? And that's what we about. That's what we about.
But what's so crazy to me, Unc, is like, yo, it's like I don't know if y'all see on Facebook they got that R.Kelly community thing. It's at damn near 400,000 members on the thing. And I was just in my head, like, I'm seeing all these people from everywhere, like even on what you call it, even on the panel. Like, I remember that lady that be coming in here, what's the lady from Germany that came and tapped in and she was defending Kels. It's like, it amazed me to see, like, yo, you see people, like, you got people from overseas that's really defending and going to bat for this man, and they not believing the bullshit.
Right.
And it's like, we the ones that's over here, like, in America, that's tearing him down. And it's like, yo, but they over there, they could see the bullshit. Like I don't know if y'all remember what you said, Unc?
I thought about that lady the other day.
It's crazy. Like, and it's like another thing. It's like, yo, I was sitting there, I was looking through my phone, They had a in Italy, they had like the whole village. It was during COVID. Had a whole village was singing I Believe I Could Fly in Italy, and I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. Like them people really overseas still love this man, and we don't want like we right over here, and he in our face, and we treating him like shit. Like that shit is crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's
See,
it. But America knew what they was doing though, cause not for
yeah,
nothing. I tell people like, yeah, y'all want to say he canceled, but trust me, he wouldn't be canceled in other countries. They knew they had to put a stop to him somehow. That's why they revoked his bill.
he ain't canceled.
Nah, he definitely ain't.
He
Okay,
ain't canceled. They
if
was
you
only want
if
to make you think that he canceled. He ain't canceled.
exactly everybody, Kel's forget even R&B. Kel's got his hands all over the music industry in some form or way. Like you know what I'm saying? Him, Tupac, and Michael Jackson. Those are three artists that are too like they're too prolific. Too prolific.
that's so Prince in there.
Yeah, and definitely too in Prince. Definitely. But those artists right there are too prolific, man. Like the world loves them. Like loves them. And Whitney. We can't figure out Whitney yet. Those artists are prolific. And then I'm telling it's like, yo, not for nothing. When 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 he gone, that's when that's when America might really miss him.
That's sad
it,
that we
it,
not even on that, but that's sad and sad.
nah. But that's what it took for with
Yeah,
Mike. When
yeah,
Mike
that's
was
so
here,
true.
people didn't cherish him and treat him. It had to take for Mike to be gone. That's when everybody started loving him. Cause
Keep the same energy.
When
You
Mike
may
was
not
here,
keep that same energy.
when
That's
Mike
how I
was
feel
here,
when Kels get out. When Kels get out, y'all keep that. All y'all don't change, don't switch up. You know what I'm saying, J Rock? Keep that same energy.
mm-hmm.
Keep the
Yep.
same energy. You know what I mean? And go. And like I said, and go get you some help. Go
I
get you some
wish
help.
somebody would. They
Yes, sir.
switch up when Kel come out that gate if they want to. Let them switch up.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm putting, and they switch up when Kel come out that gate, out them gates. I'm putting foots and asses. Get your ass out of here.
Yeah.
And what's so sad is Kel's still the type of person that he's shown us to be. He still will forgive them and let them have a seat at his
He's
table.
already done that and moved on. He's already done that and moved on. And
Thank you.
that's what a lot of us should take note of. And because don't try to do something that the divine God of the universe is supposed to do. You just forgive that person and release them so that your life can go on.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as you hold anger and bitterness and unforgiveness in your heart, you can't prosper and be the best human on this planet that you was born to be. So forgiving them and releasing them ain't got nothing to do with them. That's for you can get control back in your life,
Mm-hmm.
and it don't hold you. I know individuals who ran across people over the years, man. Y'all, elderly people, still walking around with unforgiveness and resentment in their heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We human, but they're still struggling with something that happened to them in their younger years.
Mm-hmm.
See, it take real faith, man, to really forgive the way you're supposed to. It takes real faith to forgive and release that so that you learn and grow and mature. And that's a process, man. And a lot of people, they afraid of the real them.
Mm-hmm.
They afraid of the real them. That's why so much fake stuff on social media and the internet. Nobody talks about accountability, being responsible by the bad choices. Look at where the gaps are in your bad decision making. Look at your thought process. Look what was exposed to you as a child, as an adolescent, as a teenager, and all of that. Some of the things you picked up, some of the lessons that were taught you were incorrect. Now that you're an adult, make those necessary adjustments. You know what I mean? Get yourself around a good accountability group, get some self-development, go see a life coach, get a counselor, therapist. Nobody want to do that, man. They want to fake it till they make it, just live on the next person and just, throw they hurt off on somebody else. You can't live like that. And I can't let you come in my life, meaning us on this platform and in this chat. You can't come around us and me condone that and let you think that that's okay. No.
Right.
As long as you want to do better for yourself, you want to be referred to somebody, you want some encouragement, want you to walk through the process and encourage you. Yeah, I'm with that. But if you ain't trying to do none of that, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I got to love you from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the real. Because if you don't do it that way, you'll cripple them. You will enable them. And I'm just not finna enable no grown person.
Facts. You ain't saying nothing wrong right now.
And that's why I like what that song Kel say. And as for Robert, here's what I need to do. Get rid of them clowns and get myself a whole nother crew.
Mm-hmm.
He was aware, he wasn't slow. And what he said, you have to realize I don't owe you nothing. Get off your behind and go get your own something. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going ahead and dip on out because I got to get ready to hit in the morning and everything. So,
okay.
But appreciate all y'all in the chat, everybody that came through on the panel. Much love to everybody in the chat. Appreciate every last one of y'all, but definitely gonna be looking forward to linking up with y'all again. Big Vibe, Dean, y'all have a good night.
All right, my brother. All right, my brother.
Be safe, J-Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just taking my long way home like I do, man. Just nice and breezy, nice and smooth. You know, that's it. While I'm enjoying the convo. A couple more months, Dean Bell, a couple more months, man. It's gonna be nice outside, man. Hey, you ready for it? You ready? You ready for it?
Yo, it's crazy. Right now. It's the next 3 days while I'm at New York. It's gonna be in the 60s.
Oh, don't tell me that. I'm in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Don't tell me that.
What's the weather? What's the weather like that over there right now?
I mean, during the day, it's like in the mid 40s. It's been kind of windy. Yeah, it's been kind of windy. So they put it down to like the late 30s. You know what I mean? But for February in Chicago, how it can be, and all them other related cities that get the kind of weather Chicago get, man, we've been blessed. Ain't no snow. We've been blessed.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. Yeah. Cause I was saying, like, what was like 2 weeks ago? Was the first time I seen it was like a little sprinkle, but it's like, yo, this winter, I don't even think this is even winter. So I'm just like, yo, I said the next 3 days, I'm telling you out here it's gonna be in the 60s. I'm like, yo, I remember like growing up as a kid in New York, like it used to be freezing at this time. Now it's like, yo, damn, I'm like, yo, this global warming.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, this ain't winter. Like not for nothing. Since we only probably had one bad day, and it was, I ain't gonna lie, it hit like -2 supposedly, but other than that, this whole winter, everything been in the 40s and 50s.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm already. I'm not gonna lie. I already can't wait for even April, cause my daughter's birthday, and I'm finally, like, you know what I'm saying, finally get to take her to Disney World, and I know that's gonna, feel me.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing.
Facts. See, I took her older sister to Disney World I took her older sister when she was when she was 1 and her older sister was turning 4, I took her older sister. So now she of age. I wait until she hit that age where she gonna remember, and that's all she been talking about for these past weeks. She just keep talking about Disney World. I'm like, man, like she just ecstatic. So I just can't wait for that. Yeah. But
Police is on behind me. I don't know what they on.
what you say, Unc?
I say the police are over here. And I don't know what they on. They probably, you know what I mean, trying to get somewhere. But you know what I mean.
Ain't no ain't no telling what
One
them on.
of them went around me.
Oh, all right, so that's good.
Yeah, it's like three of them back to back. But you know, I'm in uniform. I'm in my job uniform. So for the city, I ain't. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
nah,
ain't shaking me. Yeah, they turned off. They on something else.
oh
But
yeah, all
I
right,
just
that's
don't
good.
like. I don't like when they get behind me anyway, because I know some of them be on jump down.
Yo,
I mean,
yo, Unc, yo, my girl would tell you. She'd be like, yo, babe, you like the toughest person I know. But when police come around, your whole demeanor change. I'd be like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, those are one set of people I'm scared of in life. Like I
I
really
ain't scared of them. It's just that once you understand how they're trained and where their mindset is, you
exactly.
just make sure you comply. And when they approach you, you got to make sure that you are, you know, respecting their authority and you're complying to that. That's all. When they see resistance and people be talking all type of crazy, then you make them swell up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because they're taught when they come in, even from different cities, when they come to these departments here in Chicago, they are taken to the worst neighborhoods districts, the worst neighborhood district, which are called training centers.
Mm-hmm.
So they already been told these war stories, which been exaggerated, you know, and blown all out the water, which ain't totally accurate. So these people coming and getting on the cat and get on the streets, they already, you know what I mean, sort of nervous and scared because of what they've been told. You know what I mean? Then when you acquire enough seniority, then you take it to a different district that's called the retirement districts. Those nice communities, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And this is information from a former retired Chicago police officer. So this is facts. I'm speaking. I ain't just speaking out of my forehead.
Oh,
So
you worked on the force before, Unc?
no, I just got individual that I know. You know what I mean? Yeah. I work for the Chicago Transit Authority.
Oh, all right, bet.
I ain't messing with 12.
Nah, that's a fact. What you
Say
call
Big
it?
Live.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what I was saying. But it kind of was about to break my heart a little. Like, yo, I'm like, damn, I'm 12. Like,
No, I'm gonna fuck with the police.
nah, I know. Nah, what you can already know.
Man, Uncle OG, man, he killing now.
Nah, that's
I'm
a fact.
killing now, man. But y'all know the car almost out of gas, man.
I'm almost at the crib. I'm a couple of blocks away.
Okay, that's a blessing. That's a blessing, man. That's a
Nah,
blessing.
that's a fact. But yo, you think? Let me ask you a question. You think if the feds was to step in, do you think that would help clean up the Do you think it would help clean up the communities in Chicago? Like if there was more federal indictments?
Nope.
No.
You
Because
don't think that?
they only gonna expose the corruption.
Right.
If the
You
feds
gotta
come
have
in, most of your goddamn city police is going to jail.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah. A
Cause,
lot
cause,
of these
cause, cause,
aldermen too.
yeah, because they the biggest, they the corruption. They
that,
control the drug flow. They control the dangerous communities. They allow this shit to go on for a reason.
that makes sense. That makes
They
sense.
control who make what side run what side do this. Man, a lot of this shit the people don't do that.
That's a fact. Cause like,
We
cause
gotta
like no, cause
take
like
our
no,
communities back.
That's it right there.
cause I'm like, yo, not for nothing. In New York, I'm telling you, like every 2-3 weeks, it's a new RICO, a new federal indictment in New York. Like, cause that's how they able to clean up New York. Cause I'm telling you, it's like a new federal. It's some block getting indicted right now as we speak in New York.
But see, and the thing about it, when you indict one block, and then the other block is still out, what are you doing? You controlling the flow of the money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all.
You know, this
Nah,
shit is a what they call it, a
Now,
tic tac toe.
yeah,
This
like a
ain't
monopoly game today.
that's it. That's a big ass board game. That's it, man.
mm-hmm.
Cause if you go clean, when you come in, when you say clean up, that means you come in and take out everything, not
Yeah.
one side and leave the other side. It's the same shit going on each side.
Facts. True.
And see,
That's
that's the
why.
shit Pop was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why you got certain communities where their money circulates in their community like 20-something times
Yeah,
before it leaves. Before it
Mm-hmm.
leaves.
everything for the black community.
But ours, man.
Don't
That
even
shit.
stay in the
That shit.
community 60 seconds, man. $1.
Facts. And
We don't get it.
then that shit out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing about it so crazy. Oh, I'm gonna say this before we close out. The problem in the hood is highlighted, but the same drug problem is in the rich neighborhoods, but it's accepted.
Yep.
Facts.
Yep.
Those
Yep.
people are functioning drug addicts,
Facts.
but in the hood, you got drug addicts that can't get jobs because they can't pay a drug test. But you
Right.
got people that sit up in these corporations and these CEOs that's fucking powder heads and all type of shit.
Facts.
Yeah.
But they owners.
Man, you got man, I be telling people, I be like, yo, it ain't the people the crackheads on the block that's making these drug dealers the real money. Nigga, it's some people in them suits.
In them gated communities, man.
Exactly. I'm like, yo, I was like, you ever see, son, you ever sit down with them people that got money? Man, them people are buying keys when they
Yeah.
getting high.
Yeah. But like Pac said, they look at our tapes and stuff, and they got the hood 1-on-1. He said they talking with the kid. How can we live like y'all in the hood up in these rich white mansions?
Man, look.
You know what I mean?
Man, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this before we get out of here, man. I remember I was
I'm in
talking
front of the crib.
I
I'm
was
in front
talking
of the
to this
crib.
guy, and we were talking. The guy, he a hustler, he a street hustler. We sitting here talking. Another street hustler passed by. He passed by in a brand new 2018 truck, big old rims on it. He say, "I like him." I say, "What you mean you like him?" He say, "Yeah." He say, "Because the shit he doing, he got all the attention on him, and I can keep on moving." That's just how it is in the hood.
He said, I like him.
The rich people, they look at the hood. Long as it's murdering, long as it's stealing, long as it's all that bullshit going on in the hood, the rich neighborhood gonna keep on thriving.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
That's it.
once you clean the hood up, then it's gonna expose the corporation, the real corporation.
Yes, sir.
Facts. Right.
Yeah, man.
Now,
But
you, I was before I came on and received your text, I had went into your archives.
Yeah.
I went into the archives and I pulled up the one you did on the 5 love languages.
Yeah.
And just was sitting there listening and taking that in, just reminiscing, and viewed the adult talks, man, which was a spinoff of your adult talks conversation. I said, man, I'm gonna have to holler nephew one-on-one, man, and say, man, we gonna have to, man, bring
Yeah, we
that
gotta
back
get,
in at least once a
yeah,
week, man. That adult talk.
yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta bring the adult talk back. Most
yeah,
definitely, man.
man.
I got a request. Somebody asked me about that over the weekend. The same thing. I say, man, we gonna have to bring the adult talk back
See, that's
because
confirmation, nephew. That's confirmation.
that's two people right there.
Yeah,
Most definitely. So we most definitely probably gonna bring the adult talks back on Wednesday nights, man. And
man.
somebody asked me about when the next state of the coaching. I'm like, damn, I'm hearing this shit. It's making me feel good hearing it from people because I'm
Right,
like, damn, people was really tuning in.
right. And then, nephew, you can fully engage with the chat.
Right, right. Yeah. Most definitely. I'm gonna go. Matter of fact, you just gave me the idea that I'm gonna go back and go over the adult talk playlist and then pick back up from there because we had a good playlist going,
Yeah,
and there's some good topics that we were touching on. So most definitely we're gonna have to chop back into that.
yep. I'm gonna go and slide out, nephew, because I'm in front of the crib and on my block, my area is kind of, you know what I'm saying?
All
I
right,
gotta
all right,
keep my,
all right.
I gotta keep my alert. You know what I mean?
All right. Stay dangerous, as they say.
Yes, sir.
That,
Yes, sir.
that
So,
dude told me he said he gotta stay dangerous because safe people get killed. I say, God damn.
Facts,
right.
facts, facts,
On the real, on the real.
facts.
Real, stay dangerous, man.
But what
Yes,
you
sir.
call it?
All right, Dean
I
Bella.
love you, Unc. Be safe,
Love
Unc.
you, nephew. Stay safe out there,
I
man.
got love
Get in
too,
the
man.
crib,
Y'all
get
be
in the
smooth.
crib safe, Unc. I'm
Yeah.
definitely. You feel me? And
Yes,
you
sir.
always in my prayers. And yo,
Yes, sir.
I love you, my brother. You feel me?
Love you too, brother.
I'm always one phone call where I'm here. I'm about to just feel me, just kick my feet up and just watch this BMF.
Already, man. Till tomorrow, bro. We're
Alright.
gonna
Yeah,
be
and
back.
my last word is, hey, to the chat and all of those that want some good, they don't want nobody all in the videos and all the distractions and you know what I mean, dance and all of that. Come to Big Vibe. Come to Big Vibe, okay?
Come to
Platform.
Big Vibe
You know what I'm
opinion,
saying?
man.
You welcome.
Well, definitely. Well, definitely. That was a good one,
And I'm gonna slide on out. Bless you, nephew.
you seen them fools, didn't
Oh yeah, that's the kids. Yeah, that's the kids. Yeah, that was the kids. I seen the other one on Angelo and Tim that you did that recently you did. I seen that.
Yeah, them fools, they try to make it to Hollywood, man.
Right, I seen that one. I seen that where I was cracking up. I said nephew crazy.
Right. Right, man.
All
Well,
right,
shit,
bless you,
man.
nephew, and thank you for all that you do, nephew.
All right,
Thank you
man.
for all that
Appreciate
you
it,
do.
man.
And
Most
know that
definitely
it's
appreciate
helping. It is helping individuals in the chat, nephew. A lot of people come in the chat, and I know it in my spirit. They be going through hell and high water, and just to come on your platform and just sit back and listen, you are doing a good work, and I just want you to just stay encouraged.
What it do is your boy
Thank you,
Big
Unc.
Val
Most
Payne back
definitely,
with
man.
another
You know we
live
gonna stay.
video. Make sure you
We
hit
gonna
that
stay
like
on
button. Make
course.
sure you hit that share
If we don't
button.
do nothing else,
Most
we gonna
importantly,
stay
make
on
sure you
course.
sub to the channel. Turn on that post notification bell so that you be notified each and every time that your boy Big Vi is going live, man. With that being said, let's get into this intro.
But everybody in the chat, I thank y'all for coming over. I appreciate y'all. I enjoyed y'all. Until next time, don't meet us there, beat us there. We're gonna bring some more content back and we're gonna get better at engaging in the chat, letting y'all be a part of the live discussion as well. And if you want to be a part of the panel, all you have to do is hit my email that's going across the bottom of the screen. Email me and so I can verify who you are and get you the link over to you because we don't want them people coming up on the panel with all that unnecessary foolishness. So if you want to be a part of the panel, email me we get you verified so you can start engaging on the panels. But chat, I'm sorry. We're gonna get better at engaging with you all and reading the comments, making sure people get acknowledged as well. So we growing over here, we still working. Give us some time. It's gonna get better. Until next time, it's your boy Big Val Opinion signing out.